countdown begin. Raze back live again. Pop culture, entertainment, of course, the hot topics. Traveling somewhere in the tropics. Usually for Zerb, for smoke show panels, $1 million plays. We expanding the channel, they say opinions like assholes. Watch your mouth at all times, and don't mess up the cash flow, we live.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
I'm just asking, what are you guys looking for? What are you looking for? Oh, he has handcuffs on. Okay. Amor, ¿qué ustedes buscan?
Un operativo.
¿Ah?
Operativo.
Operation Atlántico. No? What are you looking for? What is going on here? Yo vivo aquí para 7 años.
No speak English.
Oh yeah, you speak English.
No speak English.
Oh yeah, shoot you. You speak a little bit of English.
Maestrado.
I'm a YouTuber, right? I make YouTube videos. So I'm going to pass the information through YouTube. Man, what is going on, man? Now that all the juice has been squeezed out the soup, what the hell is y'all gonna do? Because I know a lot of y'all got flights still, y'all got plans, y'all been planning. Just like me, when I went out there, when y'all see me do that video, that trip was planned for a while already. I thought I was going out to the I thought I was going out to that Sosua. But I ended up going to a ghost town, as y'all seen in my last video. If you haven't checked that out, check out my last video, Sosua has gone digital. But now that the Chicas are gone, what is actually going on out there? I mean, the businesses are closing. Everything's empty. The squeeze has been going on for about almost a little under a month, or maybe a month or so already. So what's going on? Like, what will be the natural progression of stores closing down? No, the motos not getting paid, the Chicas not getting paid, the vendors not getting paid, the restaurant owners not getting paid, the hotels not getting booked. So what is the natural thing that's going to happen? Closure and robberies.
What up? Raze back live again on this Tuesday noontime live stream, guys. Man. You just seen it. Guys. We gotta talk about this. Guys. And shout out to Cerise Fairfax, by the way. The great Cerise Fairfax, doing a great job out there inside the Sue, giving us the news of what's going on out there. And also, as you've seen, Teddy Talks, who has been in my Hot 15 list for a couple of weeks. So shout out to him. Teddy Talks doing a great job. He was just out there when the raids were going on in Sosua, and he's giving his opinion on the streets. And man, hit the like button. I gotta play a couple of more clips from Teddy Talks also. But he says the Chicas are scared, guys. The Chicas are scared. Oh man, the Chicas are scared to go to the strip, guys. And like I said, I got some videos, man. I'm gonna drop the link for anybody want to come up and discuss the Sosua. Also, I seen there was a drugging and robbery out there on a British tourist out there inside Lapa, Brazil, which is pretty much going viral out there. So I got that video. We're gonna get into that video also. Because they, that's scopolamine out there inside Medellin. Well, they call that drug the the Cinderella drug out there inside Brazil, and he was on video stumbling. You know, he got hit. He got hit with it, and the girls got away inside of a taxi. So I'm gonna play that video in a few minutes. Also, anybody got some information on Brazil? If you want to come up, you can. I will be dropping a link. Like I said, but man, Sosua, I don't know, man. It's what is y'all opinion right now? What is y'all opinion? Let me know if y'all can hear me. I see my guy Bville Lee is in the building. Shout out to you, Bville Lee. How you doing? Como está, Bville Lee? Bville E is here. Bville E is here in the building. Get the lights up as Bville E commands you. You know, shout out to everybody. We'll be dropping the link. Shout out to Where's Milano is in the building. Where is Milano is here. Milano, have you ever seen the Sosua streets like that? Well, I guess you could go back to the pandemic time when there was the curfew in order. That was extreme. But the difference is between now and the pandemic time, Milano, is that we knew or we hoped that the pandemic would end sometime, and that once the pandemic end, it would be business as usual once the pandemic ended, in which, you know, it pretty much went back to business as usual out there inside the zoo specifically. And many people are saying that they don't think it's going to go back to business as usual this time, Milano. You know, so and that's what's going on right now. Now, Teddy talks sort about how he, you know, many people booked their flights or got you know, plans for Halloween and this and that. So we're gonna see how that goes off. But like I said, man, I'm just here to talk to you guys. First, well, let me get the people in the chat. Raze, shout out to you, Hella Breach. Shout out to you, Hella Breach. Any dude that travels to Sosua these days just do so to meet other dudes. Oh man. So you're saying Sausage Party. Sosua is dead, says Space City. Do y'all believe it's dead? Like, is it finally cooked? Is this it? Is this it? Space City. You know, like I said, man, I'm just here to just talk about the news, the travel space, and I don't know, man. And shout out to everybody, man, who has been, you know, joining the conversation about Sosua. Like I said, you know, when I do my hot 15, hot 10 list, you know, Sosua ranks heavily on the Sosua vloggers that's doing the news out there, because Sosua has been the biggest topic in our sector on YouTube for the past month now. You know what I'm saying? And that's a huge major story, and it has potential to knock the Dominican Republic out of the Big Four for the password bros. The Big Four countries that the password bros go. Just Sosua falling, like many people are saying it is right now. It is potentially knocking Dominican Republic as a whole out of the Big Four for a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? Raze know it very well. Sosua is completely dead and over. Like I said, Pan 10 shells. I got my boots in the ground. People, you know, hitting me up, sending me videos, giving me and coming on. Like Cerise Fairfax, she came on and told us the real deal was going on out there. Now, I did see her live the other day. She was like showing the streets. You know, it was, you know, it wasn't classic Sosua, that's for sure. Panting, you know, them brothers are starving. Them brothers. Now, Mike James. Now, I wouldn't laugh at the brothers starving. You know what I'm saying? The bros that want to go out there for them beauties. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, they're gonna have to adjust. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, now hopefully the businesses, you know, or you know, still able to stay afloat. You know what I mean? But you know, but like I said, shout out to Bville Lee is in the building on this noon live stream. Blame YouTube content creators like Mitsuition and others. Well, Mitsuition hasn't been to Sosua. They haven't been to. Well, I think Steve, one of them said he'd been to Punta Cana maybe before earlier in his life. I don't know, but they haven't been to. Well, you can't blame them for Sosua. They haven't been. They've never been to Sosua. You know what I'm saying? They've never been there to actually film or get, you know, put girls in the camera. So they are the wrong YouTubers in this case. In the case of Sosua, politics casual. In the case of Sosua, the mid-tuition guys are the wrong guys to blame for Sosua. You know, I mean, well, now if you were to say like Cuba Dave, people that was actually out there in Sosua, you know, all right, creek cams are a huge motivation to travel. Yes, yes, and in a funny way, they've helped some of these places make money in a short term, but probably made it hot as far as stuff being out there on social media, not just YouTube, but every social media platform. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop the link. My cousin came back yesterday and said it's not looking too good out there. It says K-yacht work. K-yacht work. Okay, so it's not looking too good. The streets are bare. Yeah, K-yacht work. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Like I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody want to come up here and discuss this? I see a super chat. I'm gonna get to but like I said, shout out to all of the vloggers that are actually covering it out there. Like I said, Teddy Talks is out there, and he did a great job covering it. He was walking those streets, and he was just like he was he was just shocked at the changes in such a short time. He said the chicks are scared off, man. I believe the chicks are scared off. Obviously, nobody wants to get arrested, especially a Haitian chick that's going to be out there and maybe get sent to Santo Domingo to get deported. You know what I'm saying? So definitely that's 100%. Of course, any foreign chicks that's going to be out there is probably not going to be out there too much anymore, because they are risking they're going to have to go digital, like Teddy Talks has said. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see. Joel Caban says, nah, this happens every year during low season. Sosua ain't dead. What y'all are even talking about? Oh well. Well, listen. The mayor, we haven't heard from the mayor much, the mayor out there, Willie, and we haven't really seen what he had to say. Obviously he owns Classico, and Classico is being delayed being open now, right? But like you said, even Flip Flop, he said, look, even Flip Flop was saying, look, man, the streets is not looking good at nighttime on that strip. He like, look, the strips is this. So Flip wasn't lying. He's not lying. He said Flip Flop even said the strip is not looking good. You know what I'm saying? Flip said he doesn't need the strip, and if you go to him, he can basically teach you how to move out there, how to move out there without needing a strip. You get what I'm saying? Which is true. I mean, if he knows how to move out there without using the strip, then he can show you. So you hit him up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, all right. Let me see, and let me get the super chat. Shout out to my guy Bville Lee with the $10 bomb on this noontime live stream. My guy Bville Lee is here. He is here. Raze Travel Fund. Yes, we going back to DR this month, probably in like another 10 days or so. So, so shout out to you, Bville Lee. I appreciate you for that $10, and that's going to the Raze Travel Fund. And I'm gonna get me some beers later on tonight. I'm not drinking beers early right now, guys. I'm not an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? It's too early to be drinking beers now, Bville Lee. But thank you. That's going to the Raze Travel Fund for sure. Like I said, we're gonna be back out in the DR, this month, and the Sioux will live forever. By October, it will be back to normal. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to get to more Teddy Talks, because Teddy Talks mentioned that, I am nice. All right, I am nice. C says everybody making content on mangoes and 304 culture played a part. Can't single nobody out, honestly. Yeah, and you know what? There were some hit pieces back in the day. Let me get to the super chat. There was some hit pieces back in the day from this big national TV show, right? A news station, international. And they did an expose on Sosua years ago, probably like 10 years ago, 13 years ago, you know, the BBC, a BBC type expose. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the prostitution out there, and you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, but that was like before YouTube got as popular as it is now. But that video had about 500,000 to like 1 million views, if I recall. So that right there did a lot of, you know, it didn't really do, it did damage, but you know, what I think what's going on right now is when this new administration, they got the deal worked out with the new investors. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Would they have gone as hard to clean up Sosua from as far as getting the chicks off the street if they didn't have the investors, you know, going out there to the Puerto Plata area? You know what I'm saying? Or in all of the North Coast. You know, would they have cared as much if they wasn't redoing that beach? And if you know, the Hard Rock Cafe and all these big investors, would they have really cared too much about the girls? Now, of course, people still would say it's a black guy. You know, that's, you know, you don't want to see a bunch of working girls on the street 24/7. So people was complaining anyway about that. But would the government, would the president have went as hard as he did with the Operation Atlantico, and you know, as far as clearing out the chicks portion of that Operation Atlantico? I know it was different. It was for different reasons, Operation Atlantico, but the clearing out the chicks part, would they have been going as hard if it wasn't for those investments that they got coming in new buildings? You know what I'm saying? But hit the like button, guys. You know, yeah. Like I said, who knows? But let me play some more from Teddy Talks, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. It's Teddy Talks.
I'm a YouTuber, right? I make YouTube videos. So I'm going to pass the information through YouTube. I go patronize all black businesses out there. Chicken and Waffles, I heard that's a black dude. My nigga Flip Flop, his wings. Go patronize the black man's business. Because we need them to survive. We need to know what the fuck going on out there. Go spend your money with them. All of them other places, it's cool. I respect it. But if Sosua is going down the drain, go spend your money with bro. No, but go patronize his business, man. Go to his event in October. Go support that shit. Because Sosua is going down the drain. All that other shit, that shit is going down the drain for now. Right? The black dollar is powerful. But go spend it with your peoples. Because this shit going down the drain. What's next, bros? Where y'all going next? Because this shit is over. The bitches are scared. They scared, bro. They scared.
Yeah, and right there, he mentioned Flip Flop. He mentioned the Halloween events, and the Halloween is the elephant in the room. Nobody knows, and I see Ice City is in the building in the chat. Shout out to you, Ice City. Ice City has plans to go for Halloween. So many other guys have plans to go for Halloween, and now they're seeing these raids, and you know, where they've seen the raids. The raids is pretty much over now. You know, now we're just occupation. You know what I'm saying? And discouraging of the chicks from being out there on the street. So Teddy Talks are like, look, and you know, and I shared this sentiment with Teddy Talks. And subscribe to Teddy Talks channel. When you are out there, visit the brothers, you know, shops and restaurants, guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you do anyway, so that's, you know, that's understood. But especially in this time of need, you know what I'm saying, and with uncertainty, and you know, you guys, you know, he just named some of the places that are owned by black men, black people. So you go ahead and visit, like, it's Flip Flops. And he said, look, if you all going to Halloween, definitely, you know, you got to visit Flip Flops, and you know, spend your money with them, you know. And but that and that's the thing, though, you know. Ice City, I see Ice City. Like I said, Ice City, you said you still going, right, for Halloween? You know, and, you know, why go to a neuter Sosua, right? Why go to a neuter Sosua? But if you've been going before, you know, you could get around. You could get around, and like I said, you could, you know, go ahead and visit a Flip Flop, and you know, have fun in there. You know, talking to his waitresses, having fun chatting up with them. You know what I'm saying? And watching the game and eating food, and then you know, the parties. You can do your private parties. You know what I'm saying? But Halloween is going to be very interesting to see how it goes off. You know, Halloween is going to be very interesting to see how it goes off. Now, I have seen videos of the airport, a couple of videos of the airport, and not many guys were at that airport, Puerto Plata. Now, you know how that goes, though. Sometimes people take video. It could just be a down hour. You know what I'm saying? It could be just a down hour at the airport where there's not a lot of people, you know, at that moment. But then more people come in within the next 2 hours. More flights come in or whatever. So but hit the like. I'm gonna get to your comments. But like I said, shout out to you, Bville Lee is in it. But I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody want to come up here? Bros have to get one chica and share with each other. Says Samuel. $1.99 donation to the Raze Travel Fund. Yo, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. I'm not. I don't want to laugh about the situation, but that's funny. That one right there is funny, bro. Bros had to get one. Oh man. Oh man. That's funny. So what do y'all think about Teddy Talks? You know what he said. Subscribe to Teddy Talks channel, guys. Do y'all agree with Teddy Talks? He said the Chicas are scared. The Chicas are of getting ran off, guys. Desmond is in the building. Salute you, Desmond. I seen Just Mac in the building too. Just Mac, what up, Just Mac? And Mac TV. I mean, no, Mac T. Not Mac TV, Mac T 991. The Chicas are there. You just might have to bag them at the grocery store. Hey, it is what it is. You go to the supermarket or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is, Mac T. It is what it is. But like I'm saying, will the Chicas make a move to Boca Chica? Will the Chicas make a move to Punta Cana? Now, my guy was just in Punta Cana 3 days ago. And he sent me the text message yesterday. He said, Raze, there are Sosua chicks in Punta Cana. I have the message in my WhatsApp. He said he's seen, and I didn't even ask him about it. He just hit me up and said, hey, there's Sosua chicks in Punta Cana voluntarily. So, I mean, now I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for Punta Cana because, I mean, if it gets flooded out there, and if the chicks, Sosua chicks, they like to hang out all day, where they make a habit of being in Punta Cana and trying to hang out all day on the street. You know what I'm saying? And then, what comes with that, guys? Complaints, right? Complaints. Punta Cana has had that stuff being done in the background at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different dynamic going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Raze is on point. Investor and the administration is overdoing it. Yeah, like I said, because I think it's because of their investments. Because of those investments. You know what I'm saying? Now, this was a video I had the other days. Somebody sent me about, and this was, we talk about the chicks are scared. And Teddy Talks said the chicks are scared to just pretty much sit out there, right? Now, I do know Cerise did a live too. She was saying that some chicks were inside some restaurants, which we're not going to name restaurants, but, they were in there, but they were ordering food. You got to order food. You know what I'm saying? You got to drink. You know what I mean? Because the police going to raid a restaurant where chicks is actually sitting down eating and drinking and kick them out. Wait a minute. They paying their money. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably how the chicks is going to have to do it for here on out. But let's take a look at this video, and I will drop the link. Right there, you see the police pull up on those chicks sitting out, at them tables, and they arrested one of them, maybe for not having paperwork. That was like a week ago, and that goes back to what Teddy Talk said. They're doing stuff like that. They scared a lot of the chicks away from that strip. I mean, hit the like button, guys. It is what it is. Um, like I said, Cerise was live the other day, and she said, "Look, there's chicks able to be inside the spots, but they have to buy food, drinks. You know what I mean? Be an actual patron in there, which would make sense at this moment. You know what I'm saying? Which would make sense at this moment in time. So let me see." And also, they had some protests out there. Of course, this was like during the height of when the prosecutor came out there and did her speech, and they had these protests out there from the normal, quote unquote normal people that wants to rid Sosua of the street prostitution. What's up, guys? Raze here with you again, and you are taking a look at Sosua. Yesterday, on a Saturday night, the group of people marched the streets out there in solidarity to cheer on the Attorney General, the President of the DR, and the Minister of Tourism's plans to make Sosua into a family-friendly tourist destination. Yeah, so that was the protest a couple of weeks ago. Now, Cerise did report that some of the business owners were going to protest and turn their lights off on Saturday night, but they canceled it because there was another event being held, and I guess they didn't want no clashes or anything like that, or it to go left or whatever. They wanted solidarity. So the business owners, they were going to protest and just at Saturday night and say, look, man, we gotta do better here. You're gonna put us out of business. You know what I mean? We need the chicks around. You're gonna put us out of business. You know what I mean? We know what y'all want to do for the long term, but how you gonna help us out for the short term? You know what I mean? And Ice City says, look, it definitely makes it tough. So Ice City is still, planning on going, but he said this makes it tough. You know what I mean? Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Desmit says the businesses are starving, but anybody who still goes out there, hit up chicken and waffles and flip flops, keep our brothers in business. Yes. And I'm, sure that's what Ice City gonna do if he goes out there. Let me see, BBQ Doc is nothing compared to what content creators have done. Oh, BBC Doc is nothing compared. Well, that BBC Doc, had a lot of views back in the days. And I think they just ran another one. I think in another, I think probably Colombia. I think BBC Doc just ran another one in Colombia. Or was it Brazil? It was one of them. It was just like 2 weeks ago. And that's getting a lot of views also. So these BBC Docs be getting a lot of views, Mm-hmm. But of course, that was like what they said in terms of Sosua, that was years ago. But but their goal, you see those BBC Docs, their goal is to expose and make it seem like everything is negative and bad when they do those type of documentaries. The YouTubers, they make it seem like everything is great when they do the videos. You know what I'm saying? They would, hey, a bunch of females out here, so they're trying to hype it up. Those BBC documentaries say, look, this needs to stop and crime is going on and this and that. So BBC Docs, put the negative out there on these places as far as, they start introducing, they say people are being sold into this and this and that. So the BBC Docs be more hard hitting, trying to make it a negative. You know what I mean? And the government definitely don't want that. Bag a mango at a grocery store makes her a normal chica. Apparently, we gonna have to get creative to find the mangoes in the zoo now. Hey, You know, creativity, right? Creativity. Raze is on point. Investing. All right, so let me get to your chats. I think dude is right. They trying to chase out those black investors. Now, y'all, do y'all believe this is a hostile takeover? They want to put the black businesses, or not just the black businesses, just any business over there out of business. I've been reading stuff like that, but there's no real, I mean, the result will be a lot. Some businesses go out of business. They can't sustain this and wait for all of the family tourism to come. Is that the goal? I don't know if I can't say 100% that's the goal or not. I'll just be guessing. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been in any private meetings or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all speculation is as good as anybody else's. You know what I'm saying? Of what's going on. Hit the like button. You know, I was hoping to enjoy some salsa music in the Sioux. I was going to do the tango with a mango. It's still the Dominican Republic. Yeah, Ice City. Yeah, it's still the Dominican Republic. Yeah. So making a trip right now, guys, to Sosua would still be like, it's still the DR. It's still the DR. Great weather, great beaches, chicks are still around. It's just not going to be the party town on that strip like you're used to. Of course, obvious. You know what I'm saying? That's obvious. It's going to be like going to a Nagua. It's going to be like going to a Las Terrenas. I mean, you could hang out there, party, but will a lot of brothers like want to get up together and go to those type of places? Now, solo trip, whatever, you and your buddy. But like ICD said, it's still DR. You know what I mean? Sosua, Puerto Plata is still DR, even though the strip is neutered. You know what I'm saying? Sosua ain't dead. The only people that played the strip is going to suffer. Remember that. Yeah, and that's the thing. The definition of Sosua dead is Sosua dead. The strip. Let's be honest. When people think of Sosua, they think of the old Classico and all of the chicks outside Classico and the strip. Roomba is the strip. Or going down towards Europa. You know what I mean? And back in the days, going down towards Amvi. And that's Sosua. That's Sosua for the guys that had the Dominican Republic as a whole inside the big four for travelers, for male travelers. Let's be honest, and so we could say it's dead as far as it being a party town in that way. It was. It's just obvious. It's just obvious. You calling your boys. We're gonna do 5 to 10 men in a mansion, or 5 to 10 men in a villa, Hispaniola. We know we're gonna go down to the strip and hang out. And so in that aspect, you could say it's dead as far as that. Now a new way of thinking, like Teddy Talks was saying, going digital. You know what I'm saying? And I guess you can still rent the villas, whatever. But you got to go digital. You're not gonna be like, all right, well, we know we can hang out in a villa, but then go to the strip later on and hang out and be around some chicks. I mean, you can still go to the strip and hang out, but it's gonna be a whole lot of dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. It ain't gonna be a lot of chicks. Now, if the chicks are smart, they would do like Cerise Fairfax was saying when she said some chicks was in the restaurants, and they're gonna have to spend money. Those chicks are gonna have to spend money to stay around that strip because they're gonna have to be inside the restaurants buying food, right? They're gonna have to buy plates of food and eat the food slowly. You know what I'm saying? Buy food, eat the food slowly, so when the police come around, they see them eating food. Don't buy the food and eat the food in 5 minutes. Buy food, buy a Presidente, sip on that Presidente for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, yeah, buy food and keep the food there. Because you'll be even more safe if you have a plate of food in front of you and sit there eating that food for 3 hours. You're like, you know what I mean? Pick over your food. Don't eat it quick. If I was a chica, do not be tempted to eat that food quick. So you can stay inside those restaurants on that strip. If you have a plate of food in front of you at the table. So you said the casino is closed. So Playa Chiquita is closed. Casino, but the old one is open. The one that has the gym near Playa Sosua is open. I did hear Flip Flop say something about that casino near the beach it is open. Not Playa Chiquita, but somebody said Playa Chiquita is closed. JC Travel Partners. What up, JC Travel Partners? Flintstones could sell his 3,000 numbers. Oh, Flit DR. Find the Love in the DR could sell his 3,000 numbers to the suckers. Are we burying the Sioux prematurely? Yo, put a 1 for yes. We are burying the Sioux prematurely. Put a 1 for yes, put a 2 for no. Are we burying the Sioux prematurely? Put a 1 for yes, put a 2 for no. I like to get y'all opinions on this, Are we burying the Sioux prematurely? Will that strip rise from the ashes? Jason Diggs says 1. We burying it too early. Des Mitt says 1.5. Who else? Yeah, it is. They fired my homegirl. Oh, man. Mike Joseph says 2. We're not burying it too early. Dev the Dude says 1. It's too early. Panton says 2. Not too early. Jarrah says 2. Not too early. Desmit 1.75. Jay Quite is in the building. Salute to you, Jay Quite. 1.8. Too early. Carlito's way too early. It's too early. So some of you guys are saying, look, it's just too early, Raze. It's too early. Let it ride out. Definitely wait for Halloween. Because Halloween is going to be very telling. Halloween is going to be very telling, guys. You know what I mean? Y'all laughing about the sharing one chick. Strings TV, you guys. And also, before I drop the link, guys, now people were saying where to next for the guys that love Sosua, and so because a lot of guys, the only place they've been is Sosua. So Teddy Talks was asking where to next. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Punta Cana feast come out at night. But if the Sioux chicks get there, they're coming. They're gonna be 24/7. Yeah, because they're gonna be booking hotels and they're gonna be trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're gonna be waiting to the nighttime. You know what I mean? Out there inside Punta Cana. YouTubers ruined that place. It was a Canadian doc. So you talk about the BBC thing, and Canada is one of the North Coast main sources of tourists. Yes, it was a Canadian documentary. Yes, and they did that BBC documentary with a Canadian BBC documentary, if it was a BBC, but it was a Canadian documentary, and that was a big one. And like I said, those documentaries be trying to say how bad it is, and people are getting sold into that, and you know how they do those documentaries. You know what I mean? Yeah. How many times I gotta say Sosua is finished, doggy? But then it rises up. It awakes from the ashes. You know what I'm saying? It awakes from the ashes and comes back. It did survive the pandemic, right? It did survive that female mayor back in the days that was, trying to regulate it. It did survive when Classico got shut down before. So there is some hope as far as going by past history of Sosua being potentially over, right? You know. If they here to stay, then they will pay. Now they can not go to Sosua in other countries. Blacks are the target, but they cannot openly admit it. Like I said, man, hey, like I said, y'all guess is as good as anybody's. You know what I'm saying? I do. Like I said, now, they were saying that back in the days. Let's say when that female mayor was there, they were saying that back in the days when she was doing the shutdown stuff. But this right now, we know the investments. We know the sports players' investments out there in the North Coast. So we know there's big business and big new business going out there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that argument was more of an argument when that female mayor was there trying to clean up the streets in Sosua years ago, right? So what's that, 2018, 19, or 17? Because right now we see the big businesses. We see that they are trying to do big business. And like I said, dare I say, turn that into like a mini Punta Cana. But everybody got a right to their opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think it's only Passport Bro that's saying it's over in Sue. Well, the guys, of course, because the guys like them girls. Shout out to you, Elgin. Salute to you, Elgin. I like to test my game for free, and my record ain't bad. Okay. Oh, man. Hit that like button, guys. Let's see. Now, guys, this happened out there inside Brazil, guys. I said I'm going to play this video. This happened out there inside Brazil. A British tourist was out there in Brazil and got hit with the Cinderella drug, a la scopolamine, like they do inside Medellin, Colombia. And this was, like I said, I'm going to drop the link. Y'all guys can talk about this and the Sosua situation. But I wanted to let y'all take a look at this video. This was in Lapa, guys. Take a look at this video.
Opa, tá nem conseguindo levantar. Fugindo de táxi, ó. Olha lá. Tampou a cara.
Yeah, and that was out there inside Lapa, guys. Y'all seen the video? The guy, staggering out there in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, courtesy of that Cinderella drug. And he got hit. He got hit for. Let me get the article up and hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. He got hit with that Cinderella and got robbed. Right. He got robbed, and it says civil police are investigating a suspected scam known as Goodnight Cinderella against 2 British university students in Ipanema, right, in the south zone of Rio. The victims allegedly met 3 women on a samba wheel in Lapa before being drugged. According to the young people, the damage amounts to Brazilian 110,000, which is 20,000 US dollars, guys. Now, it doesn't say how they was managed to get 20,000 US dollars. Maybe electronically, it had to be like maybe Bitcoin, I don't know. But somehow they got 20,000 US dollars. Because they saying 110,000. Brazilian, right? Which is I googled it. It's 20,000. Now it doesn't say how they managed to get 20,000. I doubt he was walking around with 20,000 cash. Maybe it was through transfers, through his phone, whatever. Obviously, bank accounts. So this is just a warning. Man. So let me see what else is. According to investigations, a witness passing by the waterfront was able to film the moment one of the young people fell unconsciously into the sand on the beach. The images also show the three suspects running and getting into a taxi, leaving the scene shortly after. Yes, and that was the video, and you seen the taxi rotting away. That was the three girls going inside the taxi. So it was two guys got drugged and robbed. The video caught one of them staggering and falling to the ground out there, guys. Man, that's like I said, gotta know how to move, guys. Gotta know how to move. So it was two guys and three girls. Man, that's diabolical, guys. Hit the like button. That's diabolical, guys. That was diabolical. So you see the effects of that scopolamine type drug. That's a knockout. That's Cinderella. That's Cinderella out there inside Brazil.
Opa, tá nem conseguindo levantar. Fugindo de táxi, ó. Olha lá. Tampou a cara.
Yeah, so like I said, that cab you seen, the three chicks ran into that taxi and got away. Hit the like button though, guys. Hit the like button. So this is just a reminder. Don't be too complacent when you with chicks. You know what I'm saying? Travel Squad in the building. What up, Travel Squad? I warned people about Brazil 2 years ago and even said it was more dangerous than other countries. Keep listening to these lying YouTubers. They visit 3 days. I stay 4 months. And shout out to Travel Squad. Yeah. That's like I said, man, that was $20,000, guys. $20,000 gone because of that Cinderella drug out there inside Brazil. Wow. I feel like Pastor Bros don't have that problem in Kenya. And Jay Rello about to be in Kenya with Austin Holloman next week. So we'll see. As places get more popular, though, you just never know. As places get more filled up with more tourism and this and that, stuff change because people start trying to take advantage of tourists. Also, it don't be nothing that the tourists be doing that's bad. They just going out there being tourists, right? And if they want to engage in dates and stuff like that, that's their own personal right to do. But we all know, the schemes and the scams start popping out. The scammers start popping out, trying to take advantage of the foreign tourists. So the more popular a place get with tourists, the more likelihood of schemers and scammers and people that's trying to rob people to go to those areas. It's just natural. So we'll see what happens with Kenya. We'll see if Kenya, because Kenya is the talk of Africa for the bros right now, especially the pastor bro types. So as it becomes more popular and more crowded with tourists, like I said, not to say brothers or tourists are doing nothing bad. I'm just saying, like I said, the schemers and scam artists start coming out the woodworks and trying to do a play on the guys out there, This Cinderella had no fairy godmother. Yo, that's funny. Yo, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, 20K. 20K. Yeah, there was no fairy godmother. Mother, yeah, with this one, man. You know, they needed a fairy godmother to wake up the guy that got hit with the Cinderella drug. You know what I mean? Wave her wand. Bippity boppity boop. You know, she needed to wave her wand, her wand over the guy that got hit with the Cinderella drug. And say bippity boppity bippity boppity boop. That magic wand and wake that guy up. You know. Salute Queens. What up, Raze? Raze the cut Raze. Sosua is not dead. It's about to come back stronger. Okay. Hey, hey, everybody hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe to the channel. I hope you're right. And like I said, Halloween is going to be the huge test. You know what I'm saying? Halloween is going to be the big test, Queens. Halloween is going to be the huge test. And that Classico Club. If Classico don't seem fit to open Halloween weekend, when the hell is it ever going to open? Well, I guess when the more people come as far as family, because Classico can technically open if there's a lot of regular normal family, there, because normal people go to clubs too. So, but maybe Classico like, look, we don't want to open now. It costs us more money to be open now. We'll be losing money by opening now. We have headaches with, we can't have the chicks in there anyway. They would definitely have to serve food in there for the chicks to go be in there and then sit down and eat, so they won't get in trouble. Maybe they could just have the bottom open and not the top of Classico open and just serve food down there. But they're probably looking at it like, is it worth it right now? Would we make money or would we lose money doing that? That's weaker than Scope. So the Cinderella drug, well, you said this Cinderella drug is weaker than Scope. But hey, man, it knocked this guy out.
Opa, tá nem conseguindo levantar. Fugindo de táxi, ó. Olha lá. Tampou a cara.
Well, yeah, now the scopolamine probably would have kept him knocked out for a while. So in that aspect, you probably could say, yeah, it's weaker than Scope. But, it still was allowed the chicks to get $20,000 from him. You know what I'm saying? He still had to take an L, a big L. Now, we didn't see the other guy that got hit with that drug also. We didn't see him on the video. But it was 3 chicks running. And like I said, I showed the cab that they got into. I didn't show them running, but I did show the cab that they got into. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Thank you, Extreme Traveler, for that $10 through the Cash App. He said Brazil has always been dangerous. Thank you, Extreme Traveler, for Cash App. I appreciate you. Yes. Well, Travel Squad said the same thing. Travel Squad on this channel was saying the same thing, or probably, he's come on panels and said the same thing. So, yeah, thank you for that Cash App. I appreciate you. But people were saying, what will be the alternative to Sosua? And that was always one great thing about Sosua, where you don't have to worry about certain things. You didn't really have to worry much about the scopolamine and stuff like that. Now you would have a one-off incident here and there about somebody getting drugged in Sosua, one-off, but very, very, very rare. Or of course, pickpocketing. You gotta worry about pickpocketing and stuff like that. But violent stuff happening to tourists, you didn't really have to worry too much about that inside Sosua for the most part. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be missed by the fellas. You know what I mean? Of course, the camaraderie, which, like I said, you can still have camaraderie, guys. It'll just be with each other, and not have no girls around. So, guys, you can still have your camaraderie. I mean, good night, Cinderella, Lapa, Rio de Janeiro. That's scary. Guys, you want to do live streams like this? $10 discount on StreamYard. Hit that link. Discount. All right, yeah, the Sioux will rise again. You saying, Desmond? Like I said, it did put them on the ground. It did put them on the ground, though. It put them on the ground. Now, scopolamine more than likely would have had them just laid out. He probably would have spent the night on that beach for the whole night. And nobody would have seen him if it was scopolamine. But like I said, the Cinderella did his job. They were able to pull $20,000 from him somehow, I guess electronically. There wasn't a Hard Rock hotel and cruise ship plan after that documentary. The same thing happened in Boca Chica when they thought businesses were coming there. Okay, Eric, what's up, Easy E? What up, Easy E? Salute to you, Easy E. Yeah, and like I was saying, there's big businesses going in there now, Eric. And I think that's just the motivation right there. Now the moral stuff start coming in too, it's easier to shut down that prostitution now because now you have a reason. You can say, look, you can use the criminal aspect of it. You can use the trafficking aspect of it, right? You can say that's the reason we're doing it. But now they have more motivation, the government, because of those big businesses, those big land deals they got. You know what I'm saying? So, so to send this type of operation in there to open up a new prosecutor's office in Sosua or Puerto Plata, that's big, and that's done because of the amount of money that's flowing in there. Like you were saying about Boca Chica. Boca Chica thought businesses were coming there, right? So it's Sosua's turn right now, Easy E, Eric Terry. This is Sosua's turn right now. And hey, I mean, I wish them the best as far as like for the people that live there that want the change, because it's their place, right? Like I said, I played the video of the protest, so there are people that live out there that want the change. What's up, guys? Raze here with you again, and you are taking a look at Sosua. Yesterday, on a Saturday night, the group of people marched the streets out there in solidarity to cheer on the Attorney General, the President of the DR, and the Minister of Tourism's plans to make Sosua into a family-friendly tourist destination. Yeah, so y'all seen what's going on. So there are guys, and I've been studying this. There are people that did not want the hoes walking around in that strip. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there are normal people that live in Sosua too, guys. That that have jobs and and they want to be on the strip and hang out on the strip, and they probably like, well, I don't want to take my family. I don't want to take my local Dominican family over there to be around all those working girls, just walking around. You know what I'm saying? So there is uh, like I said, there are all normal people that live in Sosua too, guys. Let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying? Let's not forget that. And at the end of the day, it's their city. You know what I mean? Well, not city, but town. Well, town. You know. Now, we haven't had no poll or anything. I haven't seen a poll about how many people, how many citizens of Sosua really like the change or anything like that. I haven't seen that. You know. But it's their prerogative to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I would have liked the business owners to go ahead and protest though, like they planned, like Cerise Fairfax was saying the other day, because there has to be some type of pushback from the businesses that is suffering right now. You know what I'm saying? Because if the businesses don't say anything really to protest, then I mean, so I'm quite sure. Well, some of the people, the business owners, probably talk behind the scenes to whoever's in power. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the mayor and this and that. So, but I would have liked to see the protests, to see it go down. Maybe it'll still go down. You know what I mean? Because you gotta show some type of a little resistance, right, to it. If you own a business out there, peacefully though, peaceful protests. Like I said, shout out to Beville Lee, Travel Fun. Thank you, Beville Lee. Thank you, Samuel. They say they're gonna be sharing the chick. They're gonna be sharing the chicks. Oh, JJ's in the building. What up, JJ? Salute, JJ. With the $5 donation, Raze Travel Fund. Like I said, we're gonna be back in DR this month. So shout out to everybody. The donation. I appreciate you. When the big hotels come and block off the beach, nobody going to have nothing. That beach is not that big. So JJ is saying they're gonna block off the whole beach, and you're gonna have to go through whatever hotel. You're gonna have to book a room to go to the beach. or they might let you just play in the sand, but they'll let you play in the sand. You could go in the water, but you can't linger. You can't hang out with it. You can't be in a seating area. That's how some parts of Punta Cana is on certain beaches. The locals could go on a beach in Punta Cana, but certain areas, the seating arrangements is for the is not for the locals. It's for the people, the tourists that have the wristbands and stuff like that. Well, technically, a local can sit there, but they're gonna have to go through you know, the resort or hotel, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That owns that. They could buy a ticket. They could book a room. So and Dominicans do. There's some Dominicans that do vacation in Punta Cana too, guys. So they come from other parts of the DR and vacation in Punta Cana, and they do a resort or whatever, and they have access to those seats, on the beach. But the beach is still open to the public. It's just that you just now now there's sometimes extreme boarding off beaches at some places, right? Where if the beach is totally 100% private, I guess they can do that and not allow it to be public at all. So I don't know. That'll be wild if Sosua Beach, Playa Sosua Beach becomes 100% private, where nobody from the public can enter. That'll be wild. That'll be wild, JJ, if that were to happen. I bet majority of protesters was from another part of the country. Oh, yeah, I don't know. See, I don't know. I just, I don't know if they were bussed in to do that. I don't know. You know, I don't know. The zoo without mangoes is like an amusement park without a roller coaster. Well, yeah, you guys have made you guys are making your points. You know what I'm saying? Beverly says these dudes get all weak-minded around these chicas and let their guard down. Says Beverly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, did they know about the Cinderella drug out there, Beverly? That's another thing. Did they actually? These were British tourists that got drugged and robbed out there in Brazil. Did they know Cinderella drug was a thing out there? Maybe they heard of it. Maybe they're like, well, they're just having a great time. Maybe they didn't want to make the chicks feel uncomfortable by being too paranoid around them. Who knows? You know? Depending on what's taken, says Desmond, I'd rather get pickpocketed than get scoped. Yeah, like you said, it all depends on what's taken. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on what's taken. You know, it all depends on what's taken. Because let's say you have all your life savings inside your wallet and you out there on vacation and it's in your pocket and you get pickpocketed, you know, you're going to be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be pissed off. You got all your cards up there. You got in your wallet, you know. Let's say if you get scoped and you're not inside your main hotel room and you don't got all your valuables on you, but you get scoped, but she wasn't able to get your main valuables because you're not inside your main hotel. You booked a separate hotel and dealt with the chick, you know? So sewer streets without the woman equal empty streets. So you're saying because of the guys is not gonna go and be out there. Ain't nobody traveling overseas to see dudes in motos and empty restaurants. How old did this footage? 2 days ago. Really? Yeah, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. 2 days ago, that got hit with the Cinderella. Different kind of crime when the chica scene dries up. Individuals like different locations. Sosua, in my opinion, was filthy. I welcome the change, level up, learn Spanish, and find them in the city they are from. So no new info. Advantage. All right. That place and the quality of the ladies were bland and looked like American females after 2016. They were 3 to 6s. Talking to Tony Lewis. So no new info. Well, the info is the streets are empty. You talk about Sosua. Now the streets are empty. As far as like I said, with some new info. Like I said, Cerise Fairfax reported that chicks were inside restaurants eating though. They bought food. So the chicks are gonna have to spend some money out there. They're gonna have to sit down, eat food, and they won't be harassed by the police to be forced out. You know what I'm saying? Out of the restaurant. But they had to buy some food and drinks and sit down there and be a actual customer. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, well, they should pick over their food, eat that food very slowly, eat it, and so they can have a half a plate of food. So if the police do raid one of those places, those restaurants on the strip, they say, hey, I'm spending my money, I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, it's taking me 4 hours to eat this plate of sweet plantains and rice, but I'm eating. I spent my money. I bet majority of protesters were from another part of the country. Oh, I read that. So let me see. We don't care about normal people in Sosua. Who in their right mind bring their family to Sosua? Go to Cabarete or Punta Cana, says Just Rosh. Yeah, well, I mean, they They feel that they could change that. They could change that perception. Normal people will start going to Sosua once they set it up to where they think it's going to attract normal people, quote unquote, right? It's their vision. I got to disagree. That beach is big. Yeah, it goes down. It goes way down. You know, I don't think they're gonna seal it off from the public. I don't think they're gonna seal that beach off from the public. Are they're gonna have an area where seats is for the people that stay at that hotel they are building, obviously, and they're gonna section that part off. But the sand is gonna be available to the locals, I believe. I wonder which YouTuber pushed it over the edge as Carlito's Way. Well, I think what pushed it over the edge was the people investing the money, to be honest with you. Now, you could say the YouTubers is for the Chica angle. What pushed it over the edge as far as the government saying, look, we can't have all these working girls just walking the strip out here. It's a bad look. Of course, the president's wife made a statement on the situation, and the attorney general out there is a female, guys. The attorney general in DR is a female also. So that's something to remember also. And she made statements on it. You know what I mean? NYC The Future made Sosua hot this year. Shout out to NYC The Future. I'm following that. I'm following the Online Nation controversy. So I'll be talking about that one of these days. I've been following that breaking story. I think our Future said he's going back to Sosua after Thailand right after. So be on the lookout for NYC The Future inside Thailand. I mean inside Sosua. He's in Thailand now. What up, Stallion? The Attorney General in the DR is an ex-trick. I wouldn't say that, Stallion. I mean, I can't say that. So I can't say that just because you're a female, Stallion. Come on. I can't say that. Now, she did say she was from Puerto Plata, He's going to be great. Real strong-minded, says Jason. Yeah, he'll adjust. Everybody gonna have to adjust. You know what I mean? It was a dream place. Beautiful women everywhere. The police will start arresting dudes. Well, if that happens, then I just dropped the link, the StreamYard link. Anybody want to come up for a few minutes and discuss this or discuss the Brazil robbery? Feel free to hit the link. Now I break out of here, go get some lunch. Lunchtime. As I wait for anybody to come up. Like I said, shout out to Cerise Fairfax. And I got shout out to Industry Chicas also for being number one on the Raze Hot 10 lists of the week. Great live stream, the verse battle, the Homies Hub versus Pop, with the Homies Hub beating Pop 2-1 by most people's vote, and winning the first ever content battle, travel space content battle. So shout out to the Homies Hub, Industry Chicas. and everybody. It was over 500 people watching that battle, and it was epic. I was glad to be a part of it as a co-host with Keith, and hopefully there will be many more to come. You know, and as we wait for anybody to hit the link, I'm gonna play the Brazil robbery again.
Opa, tá nem conseguindo levantar. Fugindo de táxi, ó. Olha lá. Tampou a cara.
Okay, I see some people in the background right now, and this is what we're talking about. Sosua also.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
I'm just asking, what are you guys looking for? What are you looking for? Oh, he has handcuffs on. Okay. Amor, ¿qué ustedes buscan?
Un operativo.
Huh?
Operativo.
Operation Atlántico. No? What are you looking for? What is going on here? Yo vivo aquí para 7 años.
No speak English.
Oh yeah, you speak English.
No speak English.
Oh yeah, shoot you. You speak a little bit of English.
Maestrado.
Hit that like button, guys. I'm bringing people up. I see Travel Squad. Salute to you, Travel Squad, Italian Stallion, and JD. Salute.
Oh, Tarjay, what's going on, Raze?
All good, all good. Yeah. See what's going on. You know, Sosua on our mind. Also Brazil. I mean, what do y'all want to talk about?
If I can, I just want to chime in real quick. Oh, go ahead, Italian Stallion. My bad. Bull Tarjay to you and JD too.
No, go ahead, Travel Squad. You're go do your thing.
I appreciate it, fellas.
Nobody's going to speak.
Well, you sound it muffled, JD. All right, go ahead, Travel Squad.
All right, if I can, I just want to touch base on Sosua real quick. You know what I'm saying? First of all, the North Coast has beautiful beaches up there. But you know what? Somebody told me when I first visited back there back in 2016, they were like, this place is run down. They're like, if you've seen it before this, which I'd never seen no place like that besides Germany, and Germany's a whole different animal for some of you all that been there. But that wasn't it for me. The beach was beautiful, but it was just the people and the environment. And they were like, man, they started telling me some other places to go, and I left and never went back. But the same thing was going on back then. They were chasing people down the streets, locking them up. Women were running inside businesses, trying to cling on to you. That kind of stuff just that's not my speed. But
They want to clean the area up, and I think that the business owners should actually be happy because they're going to bring a different type of clientele in there. And what's going to happen is that now the money's not going to the women in the streets. The money's going to be going to the individuals because now they're having to pay for hotels. Now they're having to pay for good meals. Now, you know what I'm saying? They don't want that scene, and I don't blame them. The same thing happened in Costa Rica. Some of y'all been to Del Rey. I've seen it. If you didn't, you did. Same thing happened in Colombia. They're cleaning those areas up, and you know what's next is probably Thailand, and they're already going to stop that. Blame these weird guys with cameras, and it needs to be changed. It's not for the world to see.
Yep.
Yeah, what up, Big Gains?
I can't argue with Travel Squad when he's 100% right. You know what I'm saying? What I wanted to talk about is I don't see that action going over to Punta Cana heavily like that.
Well,
you know
I just got a text from my guy yesterday. He said he's seen Sosua Chicks there. He just volunteered that information. He was just there like 3 days ago.
Sosua Chicks always been there.
Yeah, when I was there in February, I saw Sosua Chicks there.
Yeah, So now just the amount, is it going to increase? That's the thing.
No, they're not going to let that happen there. And even if more of them did go there, that area of Punta Cana just isn't set up for that type of action. There's no real restaurants like a Rumba, like a Bailey's. It's very hard to find some good breakfast over there. I'm just talking food. I'm not even talking about the women. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not set up for that type of action. All the action over there is late night action, you know, the club, the casinos, whatever. So like you said, Raze, these Sosua Chicks, they like the daytime action as well. And that area of Punta Cana is just not set up for it.
Hey, but Gangsta, salute to you. And let me ask you something real quick. Let me make a point. I think that's designed by reason. They don't want to see that stuff during the daytime.
Right.
They don't want to see that stuff, and it's sick. You're trying to go out and get a meal, and you're getting propositioned at 8 o'clock in the morning. Come on, man. It's that can ruin a vacation, and that spot is more like a resort area. I think they designed that for a reason. You have a lot of people that are spending a lot of money, bringing their family, bringing their kids out there. The Disney, what is it? Nickelodeon resorts out there in Punta Cana. Hard Rock is out there. You think they want to see that? Nah, man. It's designed like that for a reason, and I think that's the way they're trying to do Sosua. And my last point is, a lot of those, you said you've seen Sosua women out there. A lot of them are not from Sosua. A lot of them are from Santo Domingo. They're from areas right around there.
Most of them are. When we say Sosua women, we know they're not from Sosua, but you primarily see them working in Sosua.
Exactly. They be on the Carib buses.
Right.
They be on the, they're not from there.
The way they dress, the way they dress, the Sosua types, they be in like little groups, and they how they dress. They look, because when I first went to Punta Cana, a lot of chicks was dressed up, of course, and they still are dressed up, but you're getting more chicks that remind me of the way chicks dress in Sosua. So even if they not necessarily living in Sosua, I don't know if y'all understand what I mean. Like, they're not as dressed up as some of the other chicks you see inside the clubs. That's what I'm saying. They're coming out there looking like the chicks was dressing in Sosua. You know what I mean? And they in groups, like do 3 or 4 girls in groups, looking about 20, 24, 2 years old. Yeah.
Some might never been up to Punta Cana. I've been Sosua and met girls that been living, all their life, and this is their first time to Sosua.
Somebody's mic is a mess.
Yeah, JD, your mic is a mess.
Hey, Raze, they be dressing WWE wrestling style. Everybody be having on spandex.
Yeah.
They dress like wrestlers, man. It ain't a good look, and I'm glad that they're cleaning it up. And I think that the business owners in the long run are going to appreciate the different type of clientele down there, because that place has potential to be great, and these business owners are seeing that now.
Wait a
And
minute. Wait a minute. Travel Squad. Mike James says King's Roomba has already let go 10 employees. Now I can't confirm that though. This is just Mike James in the chat saying that, so I can't confirm that. But so in the long term, some of these businesses have to be hurting a little bit. Travel Squad, right? For the short term, for the short term, it had to be hurting a bit until the families come out there to be able to, you know.
Here, let me take my stab at this whole thing. Now, now, Raze, you know that I just came back from there, right? I was on
Yeah.
Bosses Live, and I was telling you what was going on. Now, my viewpoint is, there's gotta be a place to go to for guys, single guys that want to play. There's only so many places around the world to go to. They keep on talking about this friendly BS. There's 1,000 places in the DR to go to that's family friendly. So, but how many places are there to go for guys to play? So, the Sosua was set up primarily, at least in the last, I don't know, 20 years. I was there in 2013, and I know it was going on before then. That place is set up for the very thing of what guys are there to do. The only thing they really need to do at the end of the day is regulate the girls a little bit more. And of course, that my whole thing is with this Haitian thing, chasing down Haitians, which I've seen. I went to the border, I've seen it firsthand. They need to do stuff a little differently. I mean, as far as that goes, that's a spoiler. But as far as Sosua goes, like Kings they expanded that business over the last, what, 6, 7 years? They got
Yeah.
that whole area developed. They didn't do that for family friendly BS. They did it for guys. I've been to Kings a million times over the years. When you go in there, it's mostly guys and it's tricks. I mean, that's what it is. So that's how they make their money. Now you take that element out of it, and now, you've seen videos. We all seen videos. If you look at Sosua, what the streets are now, they're vacant.
Right.
So now you're going to have people that will be unemployed. And there was another YouTuber that I just watched this morning or late last night, and he was right. You're going to start seeing crime go up because some of these same people, their backs up against the wall. They can't go to apply for a food stamp card or go get public assistance. That doesn't exist there. They're going to start committing crimes for whoever does come there. And then the biggest loser, in my opinion, is the investors. All those prices, all those apartments and condos and everything else the prices were higher than a lot of other places in the DR. And it was because of the very thing that guys go there for. They're getting HELOC loans here in the United States to go do these prefabs, these pre-constructions on these apartments down there that I guarantee will never get finished. Not in our lifetime. Those are going to go belly up. And they're doing multiple things. And the reason why that's going to go belly up, and you've heard me say this, Raze, before, when they bought into those pre-construction prices, those developers were counting in for the labor, the unskilled labor, which is mostly the Haitians. Now the Haitians have been all pulled out of there and thrown on a paddy wagon, sent to the border. Nobody's going to do that work for that price. So those developers have a choice: either pay double to get a Dominican to come in there and do it, or that it doesn't get done. And if it doesn't get done, either way, the developer is going to go under because they've already locked in those prices that those people from the other countries have locked into in those pre-construction prices. They can't make up that difference. That's why these places aren't going to get done. So this president and his wife likes to point her finger at everybody. The people are going to be the losers, really, at the end of the day. Us as guys, we can travel to go somewhere else. We can go. There's other countries we can go to at the end of the day. But it's just sad that that we don't have a place to go to that's close to the states, and the people there are really going to suffer at the end because Flip already said it. He's right. Single guys spend more money per capita than families do. And he gave an example of his own restaurant. So, and I knew that before, but I was saying that before, but it's even now they're really going to figure out how much money is going to come in the back end when they eliminate all this stuff. The chasing down girls, kicking in doors, going into New Garden, which I found out about that. Going to New Garden, hunting down girls inside rooms with guys and shit. I mean, that's no. And you put Cerise on there. Cerise, I'm sorry. I used to have respect for her. She's doing company line BS. That's just purely company line. I understand to a certain extent why she's doing it, but some of her business that and consolidations and helping find condos and stuff are from guys like us. So now we're not going to be going there. Guess what? Her business is going to go down.
Well, all right. So let me get to the super chat. Watch druggings, robbings on tourists go up, says Borsolini with the $2 donation. Now that was Teddy Talk said. Teddy Talk said that in his video, and like I said, check out that Teddy Talks video. Yeah. So y'all worry about that now, and it was in the back of my mind saying, well, how are these people going to get their money now that they hustlers? Those hustlers, how are they going to get the money? Will that actually increase? But who knows? Who knows? Like I said, watch that Teddy Talks video and see what he had to say about that. Like I said, and shout out to Big Boss Borsalini. Let me see. Well, Cerise, now for Cerise, I know she was saying that. Look, the girls was in the restaurant, right? She ain't no restaurant, but the girls in the restaurant, they gotta buy food now. They gotta buy food, sit in there and eat. And and remember, she's a female, so she's not, she's not a guy out there chasing a female. So really it's not so, her perspective is going to be different than men's perspective overall. So, and that's obvious, but she did say the females were in the restaurants eating. They were eating. So, like I said, if they're going to be in a restaurant, they're going to have a plate of food and eat that food for like 3 hours. Pick over their food, so the police won't mess with them. You know what I'm saying? I think they got to get a plate of food, bro. Because if they just drinking beer or whatever, the police may mess with them. I don't know. They may mess with them. They got to order some food. What do you have to say about that?
Here's the next step to that. So the Chicas sitting in the restaurant eating food, right?
Yeah.
You in the restaurant eating food. You see her, you want to get with her, right? Now you take that chick out of that restaurant. The cops approach you while you walk into your car, to the cab or whatever, the moto, to take this chick back to the hotel. Now you got a problem because they might arrest you and her. But
well,
so
there was a video which I never played the video. There was a video last week that these guys are going to Casa Linda with a girl with a chick, and the police stopped them. They arrested the tourist too. They arrested the tourist and the chick. Now I didn't play that video because that was like a few days ago. I just didn't go live for a few days. But then we did the whole battle thing. But that video was out there. They arrested the guy. They arrested the chick. They let the guy tourist go. He was an American guy. They let him go though eventually, but they held the chick. They said we're going to Casa Linda. Police was like, no, you're not. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was just a random stop. And now that was a one-time thing. So I was like, well, that was just a one-time thing. It's not like it kept going on. But that was a few days ago. So that video was out there. But they haven't been arresting guys on the strip or nothing like that. So, but yeah, I mean, hey, anything is possible, Gaines,
Hey, Raze, if I can add, their little tactic, and maybe Gaines or Italian can elaborate on this later on, but they've been doing that. Like Bailey's used to be the spot that if you see a group full of women, you go in there, you get something to eat, they're probably sharing fries or platanos, and they're catcalling you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they've been doing that tactic because they know they can't be out on the streets. So, I mean, it's like I said, this stuff's been going on a long time, and me as a tourist, I don't want to see all that stuff, man. That's it's not a good look. And different people like different things. That wasn't cool to me. They have a beautiful beach there. I think their beach is better than the beach Don Julio and in Boca Grande, Boca Chica. Their beach is better.
Beautiful beach, yeah.
But it's just that it's the people that are around there, and I'm not mad at them for cleaning it up.
So you're not mad. So Travel Squad not mad at them for cleaning it up, guys. Like I said, it's they town. It's they town. We've seen the protesters. Now we don't know how many protesters were from Sosua. That's fair because I don't know if they bust protesters in. I don't know. You know how that goes out here in the States sometimes.
hey, Raze, I gotta go through my videos. We talking about Boca Chica now. I think I got a clip of the dude that was driving me around. His name is Fabio. He lives in Santo Domingo, but he was talking about how Boca Chica became a ghost town. They did the same thing in Boca Chica, and they initiated curfew. Once they initiated the curfews and all that, the business started going down. People stopped coming, and all the businesses that were there, they left, and a lot of them went to Sosua. Know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
don't see it. I don't see since they did this in Boca Chica already. I don't see the action coming back.
Oh man. Okay.
If I got that video, I'm gonna drop it because he was telling me the whole thing about it.
Well, they're gonna have to have action somewhere. You know, those girls are gonna go somewhere for the action, man. That's what Teddy Talks is asking. So we're like, I don't know.
Hey, Gang Station, I'm sorry. Let me ask you a question. Hey, is Fabio light skinned?
Yeah.
That's the same guy that was in Sosua. Let me tell y'all, man. I don't know if some of y'all seen it. There was a documentary that they actually did in Sosua. It was about 10 years ago. He was in that that same dude. He was in that documentary, and even ABC did a special on Boca Chica. That's what blew it up. That's what blew it up. I seen that documentary 10 years ago.
And you said ABC, right?
It was on ABC did it.
And Canadian BBC did something on Sosua also years ago. You know what I'm saying?
But it wasn't no. They were blowing up the spot for another reason, like they're trying to say in Sosua. Let's just say people aren't the right ages, and it was a lot of Europeans there.
Like I was saying, they try to make it like it's real criminal stuff going on out there. Those type of, like I said, when they say the YouTubers ruin it, it's like, well, the YouTubers promote it as a great place for single guys, but the those type of ABC hit pieces and BBC hit pieces, they make it seem like, no, the authorities got to come out here because of illegal stuff going on out here. So they frame it differently. So it's two different aspects. You know what I'm saying?
Correct, and I believe the bigger eyesore is that they just don't want all those people out there.
Mm-hmm. But
there is stuff going on, but it's not. I don't believe. I mean, I'm not going to speculate, but they don't want it, basically. And I mean, maybe some of y'all else can say something else on that. I ain't been there in 10 years, and like I said, they got other places in the world, but I feel bad for I don't really feel bad for the investor. I feel bad for the American and the European and the Canadian buyer, because even when the investor drops the ball, guess what? They still lost all their money. That's what sucks.
Yeah,
and you can tell it was a telltale story when all these guys on YouTube that you used to see 10 years ago come down here and buy. It's paradise. Now them guys are gone.
Well,
they done your dream.
Oh man. And Cool says with the $5, thank you. Creek Cam started the problem. Too much content creators walking with cameras recording girls. Government started paying attention more to Sosua. Yeah, and they want those divestments, and they want the girls off of that street because they feel it's a bad look. It's just a bad look, a bad eye, you know, and it's kind of embarrassing. Cool. Shout out to you, Cool. And he comes back for another $5. That's $10, courtesy of Cool. Sosua will be just another hole in the wall town without the Chicas walking around. Regular tourists are not going to take a risk on a new spot. And I asked this question, thank you that. Does this knock DR out of the big four, Stallion? You know, does it? The big four for the guys. The whole DR.
You asking me?
Yeah,
it does. And you know, as far as this goes, you're never going to get rid of tricking. Look at, they keep, they're saying, well, okay, they don't want it in Sosua. Well, it's going to go somewhere. I mean, look at the United States. You know, we got any major city, we already know what sections of town where tricks are walking. You know, so welcome to the real world. They think by going in there, spending all that money, they're already broke anyways down there. They spend all that money harassing all the girls, the business owners, and so forth to clean it up for what? Now there's people unemployed. Crime's going to go up, like with the YouTuber Teddy's, whatever his name is. That's who it was. That's who I saw.
Teddy Talks. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to go up. It's going to go up down there because their backs are up against the wall. They have no way of making money. I mean, yeah, they could work some little job somewhere, providing they can find one. But I'm saying is that we as the tourists, we were funding that. We're coming down there, we're coming down there with real money to spend. And we're coming down there we're there 24/7, high season, low season, and so forth, because it's close to the United States. We don't have to go to Thailand or go to, to other places, Philippines or, Colombia. We got somewhere really close to go to. We can go have fun. I mean, so that it's going to go somewhere. If it isn't Sosua, it's going to go maybe, let's say, Puerto Plata somewhere, maybe along the Malcolm. If it doesn't go there, maybe it's in San Diego. It's going to go somewhere. So, that family friendly shit that they keep on talking about, I keep on hearing it over and over again. That's bullshit. It's because there's, like I said, there's more than enough places for families to go to. If they want to play tiddlywinks and sit in the pool with mommy and daddy and the kids, that's fine. That's their thing. But guys, like I said, there's got to be a place. There's got to be at least one spot for guys to go and play. And then obviously there's girls that are going to want to participate. And the businesses, the hotels, the restaurants, the taxis, the airlines, they're all benefiting by it. Not including all the tips we give them.
Right. What? And what up, Tim Howard? The mega moderators in the building. They should buy water then. Well, yeah. I mean, they gotta buy a plate of plantains and rice and beans to sit in there. And but shout out to Tim Howard, the mega moderator. But Big Games, is it DR out of your big four now? You well traveled,
Yeah,
Big Games.
I was out. DR was on its way out of my big four anyway, or at least Sosua.
Well, yeah, because when they say big four, they just say the country. They don't necessarily say the town of the, you know what I'm saying? But Sosua was
Yeah,
waiting
because
so high.
I'll still go to Punta Cana and Santo Domingo. But as far as Sosua Rays, I was down on Sosua for the past 2 years.
Yeah, I know you kept saying it. You kept saying it, Big Games. You was already down on it, and it just happened to be you was out there when the raid started. So that had to be surreal.
Yeah.
Man, that had to be surreal. And Classico was all set to open because, like I said, I showed the video. Classico, well, it looks nice. You know what I mean? They was ready to open. Damn.
Hey, but you know what? One thing is not going to take away is that you got some people that's been going there for a long time, like Italian, and what I've seen was a lot of Canadians down there. They don't want to be up north when it's cold, so they come down there they come down there. They're not going to go away, man, and they spend good money. So, like I said, it's just going to be a different type of. Maybe the demographics are going to change, but there's no way they're going to completely stop it altogether. I mean, these guys know people. They might just call them in and. Hey, they're friends. If they've been going there that long, they have friends. They can call them out for a weekend, and it's not going to completely go away. I just think the way that it's being looked at by the public is going to change. They're not going to be on the streets like that.
Yeah, no, they're not. I like I say, it remains to be seen. But where is going now with that prosecutor's office, I don't think they're going to allow those chicks in that area to be out there. They just not. Now they might allow them to be in a restaurant, but like I keep saying, guys, even though Sosua is not going to be the old Sosua where that in many guys' eyes it was number one, it could still be a place to go to. It's still DR, and you're still going to find dates and stuff. It's just going to be. It's not going to be separate. It's not going to separate itself from the other top spots you could go to around the world. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And really, hang out with your friends and do what you were doing in Sosua before. You could still do it in Sosua, but it's just going to be not the same Sosua. You know what I'm saying?
But Rays, let me say this. And see, I'm one for years. I never really fucked with a chick that was beating her feet on that strip anyway. Right? So just like you said, the guy was driving the Casa Linda and the cops pulled him over. Now let's say you in Sosua, right? You staying at Hispaniola or wherever, Casa Linda, and you call in a chick. She gets on the bus from Santo Domingo or Santiago. You go to the bus station to pick her up. Now driving back to the villa, this chick, she wasn't beating her feet on the strip. She wasn't none of that. And the cops arrest her. All she did was come to see you on the bus. The cops pull you over and they take her out of the car and arrest her.
Right.
And that right there be some real bullshit.
Yeah, well, and Big Game said there's a potential for guys to start getting arrested in the future, always stripping. And I said I have a video of a guy getting arrested about a few days ago, about probably like a week ago now. And it was posted through Instagram. It was all on Instagram. It was posted through the WhatsApp groups. And it's on video. And it was headed to Casa Linda. And the cop asked him, where y'all going? He said, Casa Linda. Police said, no, you're not. They arrested the girl and the guy, who was an American dude. but they later released the American dude, but they kept the Chica. And it's on video. I mean, I got the video. I just never played it. You know what I mean? Because it didn't become a habit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that was a one off. So and they was riding to Casa Linda at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? So whatever reason, I don't know why they held the American guy, the tourist guy, but they released him. They let him out. So and I haven't seen any reports of them messing with guys since that one incident. That's why. So but Big Angel was saying there's a potential of them doing that later on, maybe. But who knows? I think once they clear that out, they clear that. I don't know. Well, like I said, guys, just go. If you're gonna go, if you still book, you know, you know, if you know the area, I guess you don't really 100% need to strip to bad girls, right? If you already been there before.
Look,
Your
the,
best bet is to figure out how to move around Puerto Plata. That's your best bet.
Yeah.
the government's basically saying, to guys, at least from the States, we don't want your money. Take your money somewhere else. Because I know what I spent down there. I know I went through some money, and it really wasn't necessarily, with the girls. Just between the Airbnb I had, I was helping out a friend of mine down there. Just going out to eat. I was there for a month. I went through a little bit of money, and I got some dental work done down there. So forth. It just wasn't, what we're talking about. But when you're just chasing guys away, because of this type of BS about one little town, I'm sorry. We as a group bring a lot of money into that area. A lot of guys buy stuff down there, or buying condos, buying property and everything. I'll guarantee you the prices of all those condos, those homes, those properties are going to go down. I will guarantee you that. Those developers where this stuff is half done, especially between Puerto Plata and Sosua, I'll guarantee you that won't get done in your lifetimes, because those guys they're going to go under. I'm sorry. The money that was being provided to start those projects was coming from us. A lot of it. I'm not saying all of it, but a lot of it. And now, and those developers were using Haitian labor to build a lot of that. And that was what they were pricing in on those pre-construction prices. It's not going to get done. So the government they did two things. They had this hard ass view of going after Haitians. And then number two, now they're going after every girl that's walking the street, whether you're a trick or not. And then pretty soon, like we've been talking about, they're eventually going to go after guys. Why would you go there to spend money?
Yeah.
Why would you support any of that? We got 1,000 other places we can go to around the world. Go to Brazil. We can go to Colombia. We can go to Costa Rica if you like it. I used to go there. We can go to Thailand. I'm going to go to Kenya next year. That's my game plan. I'm going to go to Nairobi.
You can keep that dusty ass town too.
Oh man.
And you know,
We're going to be out there with Austin. So
Raze, Mr. D was out there. He was in Nairobi, Kenya. And he says it's a dust bomb. And B Dub said the same thing. Y'all can keep Nairobi, Kenya. Now they won't see my money.
Wow. Well, it's Stack Bot CEO with the $9.99. The streets are empty here. Are you out there right now, Stack Bot? Hit the link, and tell us about it, man. Because everybody, when the Sue Halloween is going to be a huge test. Ice City was in the chat earlier saying that he don't know now. I think he's still going to go. I think Ice City is still going to go Halloween, but Stack Bot, if you're around, hit the link and let us know what's going on. Because you're saying the streets are empty there, or you being sarcastic about that, or you. I don't know. Well, let's see. Hit the link and let us know. Thank you for the $9.99 Raze travel fund. Cool with another $10. Like most vacation spots, people tend to go back over and over again, and some dummy in the government just push the repeat tourists away from Sosua. Guys will go to other spots either in DR or Colombia. Yeah, and that's why I was asking, does this really knock DR out of the big four? Because there are other spots in DR. There's still Dominican Republic, beautiful beaches, beautiful women. You can go to other parts of the DR and thus keeping the DR inside the Big Four. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Hey, Razor Ray, personally, I would never recommend that place to nobody, and that's like it's a nasty stain. If you meet a woman in Santo Domingo or Punta Cana or Samana or somewhere, and hey, where you been? You tell them Sosua, they're gonna look at you side eyes.
Yeah. They don't even want to. They don't even. They act like that place doesn't exist. They don't even want to have a conversation about it.
And check this out too. I don't know if a lot of you all know Puerto Plata or that area, Amber Cove. They actually have a dock there. A lot of cruise ships go there. They don't want people getting off that cruise ship, venturing into Puerto Plata, and then going down to Sosua and seeing that stuff. That's another reason. That cruise, the tourism industry is huge down there, and they probably just said, "Nah, we don't want to deal with that." You know what I mean? Clean that up. Clean it up. And
yeah. Now, will they build the docks for those ships to come into Sosua, the Sosua Bay? Now I know they're going into the Puerto Plata, but that's kind of far away from Sosua. Will they eventually try to build a dock there for cruise ships to come inside Sosua specifically? Is it possible? Did anybody know about that?
I don't think it's going to happen.
I have not heard of that.
Yeah,
I haven't heard they was doing it. I haven't heard any plans for it, but do you? Well, I haven't heard it. That's why actually did anybody hear of any future plans for that to get some of those cruise ships to go there to dock inside Sosua?
Where would it even dock at? I mean, if they're stupid like I think they are down there, they would put the dock right there at Sosua Beach where all the businesses and all the money was coming in, and turn that into a place to bring in cruise ships. I mean, I don't even think there's anywhere right there in the Sosua area with the beaches where you could even put a dock at. I mean, yeah, Puerto Plata is one thing. I've been up through there. I could see where that's at. But
okay.
Sosua, I mean, and plus two, how many cruise ships would have docks that close? I mean, yeah, if you look around the world, most of them are different parts of the island or so forth. You wouldn't have a second cruise ship coming in. What is it, 15 miles away? 10 miles away, whatever it is, to Puerto Plata, Sosua to have another dock. So.
No, I understand that. I understand. Yeah.
And not to mention, it's entirely too small. I mean, they have one, like I said, Amber Cove. They have another one. I think it's in Romano Bavaro area. So that's good. I don't see that ever happening. I mean, in the city's too small. I think they chose the right area. I don't think that's going to happen there.
Right. So the streets are empty. Like I said, hit the link if you're available. Stack bot. Let us know about them streets. Like I said, I've seen a bunch of videos. I've been seeing it every day. The streets are empty out there, as far as how it used to be. But it is what it is. Gonna have to adjust. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, says the mega moderator Tim Howard. They need to have a Las Vegas area, says Tim Howard. That's real Mike James. The best Chicas don't want to be associated with the Chicas in La Cali. Yeah, that is true. You're like, if you're in the other parts of DR and you telling people you go to DR when you out here in New York, and if you're talking to a female, definitely you don't tell them you've been to Sosua. You're like, nah, you if the worst comes to worst, you can tell them you travel through Puerto Plata or something, but you never say the word Sosua.
Hey, let me inject that little comment here. This is economics. Some of those girls and some of those other areas in Dominican Republic talk bad about Sosua they're tricks themselves. Okay, I think, in my opinion, that the reason they're talking down on it because it's competition for them. So if your guy's coming down there and that's all you're doing is doing straight tricking, and the girl is saying, "I want $200, okay, to do whatever," and you got a girl that looks equally as good in Sosua, it says, "I'll do it for 50." I mean, guy, we're not trying to marry none of these girls. If that's what you're doing, I would take the one for 50 and be done with it. So a lot of those girls, my opinion, are talking down on the girls there because they're trying to command their own price of what they do. They're all doing the same thing. It's just they move a little bit differently. That's all.
Yes, I'm gonna drop the link for StockSpot. He just said drop the link, so obviously he's there. So let's see what he has to say. Thank you for that $10. And think you're cool with the $10. Yes, I read that. And the cool sent another $5. Thank you for the $5, for the $25. Cool, I appreciate you. The only thing I could see that could help Sosua is if they turn it into a place where expats can live. I can't see new tourists going for Sosua. Oh man, I'm quite sure there's been places in the history of the planet where it was a dump, and then they built it up, and somehow by some miracle they get regular tourists to go there, right?
Nah, man. Imagine moving there and then. Oh, go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead, Trevor Squad, say it, and then I'll let LA Wicks go.
No, I'll say no. Imagine moving there and then you tell your family you got property down there, and then you bring because people were buying property down there years ago, about 10 years ago, and you bring your family and friends down there, and they actually see what's going on, man. They're gonna be disgusted with you.
Well,
it's sick.
Well,
and that's why a lot of guys that bought properties down there, they're not there no more.
Oh man, oh man. What up, LA Wilkes?
Yeah, what up, Raze? You hear me?
Yeah, we good.
Yeah. So I moved to Cabarete, but I was down at the sewer the other day meeting with my lawyers, and that thing is empty. It is nobody there, dude. It's like a ghost town.
A ghost town, guys. So it's a
Yeah.
ghost town. Oh man,
Yeah, it's like a ghost town.
And it has to be just surreal to you to see that, right?
I mean, I talked to the taxi drivers, and a lot of them think it's not going to stay like that. They think they're gonna come back. I mean, they got hope, but I don't know.
So they still got hope, LA Wilkes. So there's still hope. Well, let's get right to it. Halloween. How you think that's going to go down? Will they increase police Halloween just to make a point, or will they let Halloween ride?
I think they're gonna let it ride. They're gonna kill themselves. They're gonna kill their bottom line. They're not that dumb. And we all know Dominicans like that bread. They're not gonna do that. I think they're gonna do that.
That's just not smart. That'd be so crazy for them. So I think that's gonna really kill their bottom line. But I don't think they're gonna do, because that's like one of the biggest money days of the year. It's that Halloween week. So why would they kill that?
Right. Somebody got music
That's time
playing.
to tell, right?
We hear Whitney Houston. Oh, that's you, Wilkes?
No, that's me. Yeah, I'm on the beach, man, eating lunch. So I mute up.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Punta Cana has too many other American people going there for me. Says, yeah, and that's an issue with Punta Cana becoming a hot spot for the Paso Bros, the American woman. I don't mind the American woman there, but but I can't see the complaints for a lot of guys that don't want to be around American women at all when they're on vacation. So, that Punta Cana won't be that spot as far as that's concerned. But I like Punta Cana. But LA Wilkes, how about you? You been to Punta Cana, LA Wilkes?
Yeah, I can't stand it. That's your spot. Punta Cana is boring to me, and it costs too much money. It's high as crap. The food is terrible. I can't stand
Thank you.
Punta Cana, but
Didn't
you always
I say
talk
the
about
same
it.
thing?
Yeah, Razor love it. I can't stand it. I don't know how he
Yeah,
found good
that
spots
food is
there.
nasty back there.
Raze, I don't know how you did it. You always say you find the best spots, but this is terrible to me.
And Ray, you put me on to that restaurant back there. I'm like, okay, it's okay, but the price is crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
what was the name of that restaurant? You and Uncle Rico put me on to it.
Oh, you talk about on the beach?
No, this is going
Captain Cook's? No.
Captain Cook.
That's on the beach. You talk about that's on the beach. El
No.
Contecito Beach.
No. Oh, okay. So it's on a different beach because I drove to it.
No, well, Captain Cook. Well, I mean,
it's going away. It's on that street. It's on that street going away from Drink Point.
Yeah, down all the way down. It's all the way down. Yeah, Captain. But like I said, I mean, I mean, I didn't mind Punta Cana. I mean, now I can, like I said, it's not gonna be for everybody. I told people that it's a mix of American chicks there. Now the food, I guess you got to find your restaurant that you like. You know what I'm saying, and a dish that you like too. Maybe they.
Hey, I went there. I went to the Captain Cook, and I got the red snapper. I swear to God, they charged me $60 for that meal. I'm like, yo, I could have got
Dude,
this same meal, in Mofongo King for $20.
they charged me like $40 for langosta. I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. That
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
terrible.
yeah, for the lobster. Cause Race, I actually even because I'm like I'm on vacation, so I actually went back there and got the lobster, and I think they charged. I think it was $40. Nah, it was more than $40 for the lobster, dude. It was more than that. Because
That's
I remember
it was.
I paid them like $80
It might have
for the
been something
lobster and
crazy.
whatever else I had.
Yeah, it's too expensive, man.
Well,
Razor
if
love it
y'all
though. He
hate the
got it.
prices in Punta Cana, y'all gonna hate the prices in Jaco Beach, Costa Rica. I see Jake White says Costa Rica. I mean, but I say don't let that stop you guys from going to a Jaco Beach, Costa Rica. At least go one time. It doesn't have to be a repeat trip, but you go check it out. You have to budget your money bigger. Because Jaco Beach, Costa Rica is even more expensive than Punta Cana, if you can believe it. If you can believe that, the restaurants. So
Costa
Yeah,
Rica
but
is the most expensive.
what I'm saying is, Raise, what I'm saying is, okay, Punta Cana, Jaco Beach, I can expect it, right? I'm going for the one time or whatever, but to repeatedly go back to back to back and be paying them prices, nah.
yeah, and that's why I asked, would it be a spot? But obviously, people want to keep their price point down. Understandable. It's not going to be the spot as far as a bunch of group of, let's say, pastor broke guys going there like they was going to Sosua. That's what I'm saying. So but I mean, these places are a place to visit for like at least one time for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Even if
No,
it's
you
a
know
Hey,
what?
nice
wait.
That's exactly what it is. It's a bucket list destination. A lot of women go down there. They don't mind the money being expensive, but what a lot of these women do is they stay in all inclusives, or they even got the Hyatt there in Cap Cana. You know what I'm saying? They got the Hard Rock there. I mean, you can get all your meals there and everything, but they're not repeatedly coming back there. They're saying, "Hey, I've been to Punta Cana." Next, they want to go to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? It's not a repeat trip type place. It's you see it once and hey, it's good. You might see it under 5 times in your lifetime. I'll put it like that. That's not somewhere where you keep going back to.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not a spot like I could wake up tomorrow and say, yo, I want to go to Sosua, and I book my flight and I go. I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, I feel like going to Punta Cana. Punta Cana is a
Right.
planned trip.
Mm. Well, I mean, yeah, like I said, everybody gonna be different. I've been there 3 times, 2 times for the whole month. So so everybody gonna like. I mean, I just like it. You know what I mean? But to each their own. You know what I'm saying? What I like, I don't have to like at all. You know what I'm saying? So we're
How
cool
much
with the
you?
$5. I'm sure Sosua will get tourists, but it won't be on a Punta Cana level. The government is going to make sure Punta Cana gets most of the tourists. Well, I don't know
Hey,
about
Ray.
I think the government's trying to push some tourists. They're gonna try to push tourists to Sosua. I mean, if it worked, they're gonna try. They're not going through all of this to uh to not try to get tourists to go to Sosua. Family tourists. They ain't doing all of that. But thank you for the. But yeah, I think they're gonna try. They're gonna try to get them to go to Sosua. Now, if it work or not, who knows?
How often? How much you think YouTube had to do with the sewer being shut down? You telling your boys to do stuff crazy over here, recording every damn thing, not keeping stuff in house. Cause that could be a big part of it, man. Every time
That
somebody
is
do something,
that
they
is
got
a
to put it
big
on YouTube.
that is a
Like
big
that.
part of it, and I'm part of it.
Hey, like I mean, you think if they like my thing is if they calm down for a while, do you think they're gonna live and let live? Like they let things go back? People just stop recording and stop putting their business out there for the world to see? I
Absolutely
mean, I know
not,
it's not
because
gonna
once it's
happen.
only absolutely not. It's up and it's stuck. Once you put something on the internet, it's there forever.
Yeah, and the social media exactly. Yeah, so and social media, everybody go wild with cameras these days, man. Everywhere you go, so it's. I mean, that's just the culture of the world now. Everybody is a social media age, and of course the government just don't. They looking at that. They're like, man, get this out of here. You know what I mean? Now the next administration might not have an issue with it. They might just be laxed on it. The next president that go in, they might not even really.
You in a place that don't even have addresses for the most part, and people just doing crazy shit. So I don't know, man. That's why I stay in Cabaret. I ain't got them problems.
Cabarete. Yeah, and let me see.
They moving up this way. Them chicks moving up this way, slowly but surely. They taking that ride.
Yeah, and the only thing I could see that. All right, so all right, I read that one, and think you're cool again. I'm sure. All right, so I read that one. So this one. Thank you for the $5 again. So cool coming through big time today. Dudes shouldn't be complaining about the price of Punta Cana. Dudes constantly overpaying those Sosua Chicas. They should be able to afford Punta Cana. Shout out to you. Cool with that $5. That's 40 bucks from Cool. Thank you, Cool. Like I said, like I said, Punta Cana it's not gonna be for everybody. I would just, I just like it, you know what I mean? But that don't mean everybody, has to go there. I mean, you could go visit. I mean, I don't know. So, but you don't have to, But we just trying to figure out where those chicks are gonna be going. That's scared to be on Pedro Casante. You know what I'm saying?
They're going back
they don't want
home.
to get up.
They're going back to Santo Domingo.
Going back to Santo Domingo, says L.A. Wilkes. Says L.A.
Exactly,
Now,
La
you be going,
Capital. That's where they're going back to. They're going back. You can find the same women there.
Right. They're going back to Santo Domingo and they sending out 50 pictures of an empty refrigerator. Poppy, I need help.
And they grandma sick.
Or the IV in the arm.
I'll tell them to sell it. You ain't got food anyway. Sell it.
Yeah. And L.A. Wilkes, you be going live on your channel from out there to document that stuff?
Nah, I'm kind of. I opened up a business down here, logistics business and everything now. So I'm kind of going through the process with the government. So I kind of been chilled out. But yeah, like in November, I'll be back doing stuff.
Okay. Oh yes, I haven't gotten no notifications from you or nothing like that. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I got any comments on the on that Cinderella drug out there in Brazil? If anybody know about that?
Yeah, Raze, that's actually why I popped up here, man. And I see you had another topic going on, so I wanted to comment on that. But this is the reason why I came up here. That's been out there for about 2 years, and I've been to Brazil. I think it's been three times, three.
Yeah.
And each time I stay there a bunch of months, you're not gonna see it. Well, you might see it, unfortunately, you just won't remember it if you're down there. But the first time I seen that and I seen what was going on, I put the video up. And then I took it down. I let it stay up there for about a week. And then I took it down. I said, nah, you know what? And that's why I got so irate with these guys. Not irate, but you know what I'm saying? I don't care. It's just like, don't get people hurt. You had this idiot saying that you can go down there and wear chains and this and that. I'm like, you stay 3 days and now you're a guru? That's what ticked me off. I'm like, you're going to get people hurt.
In Lapa, that's the area it was in. And you know about that area. Like I said, them girls were bold to do that. And they ran into the taxi. The guy was stumbling. They drugged 2 guys. It was 3 girls, 2 guys. And they got them $20,000. $20,000. I don't know how they did it. It had to be from their accounts, or phones or whatever.
Well, actually, they the travel department in the United States, as of August 8th, updated their advisories, and they said against druggings. Not only drugging, somebody just got kidnapped. And an American the other day just got kidnapped.
Oh yeah, I missed that story.
So what they're advising against is Lapa, Ipanema, Copacabana. So where can you go as a tourist? What people don't realize is that those areas is all surrounded by favelas. Those people come. I watched them day and night when I was down there for months. They see me every single day. I see them every single day. They don't even live there. They come down just to get the tourists. I get it. They're making money any way they can. And when the tourists are gone, like they are now they're going to start robbing each other. Or they're robbing people from Sao Paulo. They're robbing people who are not karaoke's. It's on a different level down there. And if you don't know what you're getting yourself into down there, man. It can be you're
It could
gonna
be
go
night
home with some
night,
stories you don't want to tell nobody. Yeah.
night night, Cinderella, night night.
And that drug has been around and I almost got.
Oh yeah, wow.
It's on one of my videos. If somebody's seen it, if you've seen it, I say it in my video. Somebody
Wow, okay, I'm gonna check
saved
that
me
out.
from it.
I'm gonna check that out, Travel Squad. I didn't know that, so I might go to your playlist.
It's on that video where we went to. Matter of fact, it was downtown. I think it's that first night. Scroll towards the end, and you'll see when I'm holding my drink and I say it. And my friend saved me from it. But that's how easy it is to get got down there, and they do it. I don't drink mixed drinks or whatever, but that's how they do it.
Damn.
I almost got me. But that girl that I was with, she wasn't gonna let it happen anyway. We're friends. But you can go down there in that area and you'll see people stumbling around because everybody wants to meet people. Everybody's friendly, this and that. No, man, they're on a different objective down there. They're hungry. And I haven't seen that level of aggression. I love it down there. I'm not gonna knock it. I love it. You just need to know what you're doing and what you're getting into.
Gotta know how I move.
Stay safe, man. Don't take that cheaper price. Hotel, you staying in an Airbnb by yourself, you're gonna wake up by yourself.
Yeah. L.A. Wilkes, you ever been to Brazil, L.A. Wilkes?
Nah.
Oh,
I have
no.
no desire. Yeah, I,
No
had no
desire.
desire. I just came back. I went to Colombia a couple weeks ago. I went to Bogota for a couple days. Bogota cold as shit, but it's nice. And I went to Cartagena after that. I jumped on the flight and went to Cartagena after that. That was nice. That was the first time I've ever
Yo,
been
why
there.
you sound like my man Noose. And my man Noose was it while we was all in Medellin together. Yo,
Yeah,
you sound exactly like him.
yeah. I went over there. I ate lunch at Pablo Escobar's mansion and everything. That shit was crazy.
And
It
it's
was
crazy.
dope.
It's crazy because you say you in Cabarete right now, and my man Noose he owns a condominium in Cabarete. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, yo, is this Noose? And then you say you was in Colombia, but nah, we was in Medellin together.
Yeah, I went to Bogota for a couple of days, stayed the night. It was, like I said, it was nice. Bogota is nice, it's just cold. I don't think people realize how cold that goddamn place is. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Hey, Razor, what I can compare that whole environment with is so some of y'all go to Colombia. A lot of people go to Colombia and a lot of people don't go to Cali, and it's for a reason. So if some of you know, it's a beautiful area in Cali. I love it. It's one of my favorite cities. But for the same reason that a lot of people don't go there, I would equate that to the level of you need to have your head on a swivel like when you go to Rio. Don't let that beach fool you. And let all these people's beautiful videos and this and that fool you. When you get boots on the ground, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it walking
Well,
down the street.
I would have been in Cali next week, but I had to come home from Colombia for family reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because I was going to extend my stay. I was going to go back to Medellin and stay in Medellin this week, and then fly out to Cali next week. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, no, fly out to Cali this Friday because the Catronio Alvarez Festival starts this weekend.
Yeah, actually, like I said, I like Cali better than I like a lot of the cities, even Medellin, to be honest. But what's for me, I would not recommend to somebody else. I mean, I've seen other guys go out there and they be like, "Nah, man, this ain't the spot. I don't like it." And it works for me, less tourist. But you got to be on a swivel, and it's the same trouble you can get in out there is the same trouble that you can easily get into anywhere in Brazil. So you know what I'm saying? You got a lot. I'm just coming on here because I'm tired of these guys lying online. It gets people hurt. You think that you can walk around and do this and go to these different areas. You have different Brazilians tell you how dangerous it is. But you're
I
out in
find
the
it weird
Airbnb.
though.
Huh?
Go ahead, my bad. I find it weird that dude want to go to these places and wear chains and have their money out when you want to spend less. Like you want people to think you don't have the money so they won't overcharge you. You going out there and making yourself look like a target. It's dumb. These bitches don't love you. They just want your bread, and yet you still do. I don't get it. It's weird, man. It is so fucking weird. Maybe it's just me. I never understood that. Why would you wear a chain to Sosua, like a big ass cold gold chain? Would you want everybody to think you rich? Is that the goal? It shouldn't be. If it is, that's ass backwards.
No, it's because they're insecure and their looks ain't on point. They need something to draw attention to them, but either way, you're gonna get the wrong type of attention. And like I said, this kidnapping stuff, man. I actually met a guy that got kidnapped in Brazil when I was down there. Crazy
Yeah,
story.
man.
It happens, man, and it's the same thing like in Medellin. It all revolves around these women going up in places where you're not supposed to be, up in the mountains. I went up there several times. I had several friends up there. Each time I went up there with caution. And I noticed everybody was looking, watching, and I had friends with me, but it got to the point to where I was like, you know what, that'd be real stupid. If something doesn't happen to me up here, somebody doesn't like me, then all of a sudden I can't call nobody because ain't no police coming in there. So I only say this to say the travel advisory that the U.S. Department has put out, it tells you not to go in those areas. It tells you to stay away from Lapa. Don't walk at the beach late at night, Ipanema, and even Copacabana. It tells you that, but I mean, if you actually listen to that, where are you going to go to? So put that down in the back of your head, man. There's a lot of stuff going on, especially with now that they're seeing a less influx of tourists. You have to have that visa to go down there now. So less tourists. Just put two and two together. Beautiful country, but they got their own set of issues, and you can get got real easily down there. They're not going to say it online, and they're not going to point it out there, but stuff is going on out there, man. It's a beautiful country, though. I just wanted to drop my piece and be honest about that, because you got a lot of these guys that are lying. Well, and the next thing you know, they're on YouTube the next day crying. But whatever.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of guys just like to tell the good side about the places because they're happy. I guess they're happy. Nothing bad happened to them, so they're happy about it. You know what I mean? The place, and they go on there. They do their review and say this is a great place. They felt safe, and I say it is. Let me see, but yeah, let me see. L.A. Wilkes, then Black Nine. So y'all got anything else to say, guys? If not, I'll just wrap it up. I'll come back live later on tonight.
Hey, Raze, I appreciate you having me on your show, man. Salute to you and your channel. Gangsta Lifestyle, man. Good talking to you, man. Hope you enjoyed your trip, man. Stay up, man. I'm gonna check out your channel.
All right.
Y'all be easy, man. I'm out.
All right, Travis Squad. Thank you for popping on. Thank you, then Black Line for hopping on out there inside Cabarete and keeping it gangsta is here. So Gaines, when your next trip, man? You say you staying home for a little bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Got to take care of mama. Whatever. Might jump out December.
Okay. December you might, yeah.
Might. My man hit me up the other day. He said, "Yo, let's do it again, Medellin again for Halloween." I'm like, I don't know. I can't say for sure. I said, but if we gonna go anywhere for Halloween, I'd rather check out Costa Rica. That's if I can do anything. But
that'd be cool for you. Yeah, that'd be cool for you for the first time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Hako?
Yeah, but
you just can't fly
tentatively.
Right into that's the thing.
Tentatively, I'm gonna sit unless something changes. I'm gonna sit down until December.
Right. Yeah. I mean, just sit down. Yeah, sit down. Don't push it. Don't push it. Don't push it.
Right.
But I would like for you to check out Hako, Costa Rica. You have to find the San Jose. You can stay in San Jose for the day. They got spots out there. You know what I'm saying, in San Jose, and then you'll take the cab because I know you're not gonna take that cheap bus I take. So you'll take your cab, your $60 cab down there to a Hako Beach, 2-hour ride, and you straight.
Mm-hmm.
I wish.
Yeah, I ain't sitting on no bus for no 3 hours. Not after a 5-hour plane ride. Hell no.
Yeah, no, but you would stay in San Jose for the day. You would just stay in San Jose. You might as well.
Oh, okay.
Stay in the Sportsman Lodge. You know what I mean? Because that's a bar. They got chicks in there, hang out. You know what I'm saying? And you can go to the casino also. You know what I mean? The Uber ride is only like $1 or $2. You know what I mean?
Right.
Out there. You stay in San Jose for a night or even 2 nights. Whatever. But you want to go to Hako Beach because it's the beach over there. So it's Hako Beach. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out. See what's gonna happen.
Okay. All right. So salute to you,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the channel. I'm gonna keep the channel going. We getting back on the motorcycle, man. I ain't been doing. My dude's been hitting me up. Yo, what's up with the motorcycle content?
Right.
So I'm gonna get back over there. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I'm
We
gonna
out.
jump off. Raze, you do your thing.
All right. Shout out to you and your channel. Big gains. It's the lifestyle. Belly full, balls empty. Belly full, streets empty. Out there inside Sosua Strip, courtesy of the girls. But yeah, man, yeah, we'll see how things line up over the next few days. You know what I mean? Out there inside the Sioux. Big Boss takes no loss, comes with a $2 donation to Raise Your Race Travel Fund. Big Boss will do my travel talk Tuesdays tonight, 11 p.m. Oh, so that's the thing. So go ahead, Big Boss, drop that live stream link inside the chat. Might as well do some cross promotion right here. Drop the link to your to that live stream in the chat if you set it up already. So people can hit the notification bell, you know what I'm saying? To that. I seen a dude. So Tim Howard said he felt safe. For some reason, I felt safe in Rio, even in Lapa, late at night walking and all. But the locals did warn me. I guess it's safer than the places I've been in the U.S., says Tim Howard. And like I said, Tim Howard, if you was a YouTuber, Tim Howard, and you was a document, I don't know how long you stayed in Lapa, you know, if you was to go there for a few days and not have any problems, but you were still warned, you would probably do a video saying, you know, this is safer than they say, and you know, I had no problems, I love the people, and this and that. But maybe somebody got robbed, you know, the same day you was out there in Lapa, but you just didn't see it, you didn't hear about it, you're not keeping up with the news and nothing like that, and you know, so things. So when you go on your channel and say, hey, this is a great place, I had no problems, no issues, come on down. And then the next person go down, they get robbed or something, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, well, yeah. So really, YouTubers can only put out their experiences a lot of times when they vlogging, because a lot of times you want to like the place you go to, right? So you're going to a trip not to you're not going to a place to hate it. You're going to like it. You're going to want to like it. You know what I mean? You're traveling to, so you're trying to put out a decent, good review of the place. You know what I mean? If nothing bad, if you ain't seen nothing bad or nothing like that, if nothing bad happened to you, wasn't scared or nothing, nobody beat you over the head, you know what I mean? A moto didn't pull up on you, you're gonna give it a good review for the most part, right? Overall. So that's probably that be happening with vloggers out there in Brazil, you know. Now I have seen vloggers give Brazil a bad review, you know, especially the ones that have gotten beaten up or ran up on, you know. We don't need big change. Just be clean. They know you. I mean, they know from your fit and shoes, you got it. You need to. Yeah, but some people just love the way the jewelry, man. The jewelry, they love it. They just love it. They can't leave home without the gold chain and the rings. You know, they no matter where they go, they just can't leave home. They feel naked without the gold chain. You know, it's like leaving the house naked for some guys. Feel super safe in Pattaya, and my expenses are close to zero, especially transportation. Yeah, but you know, guys, gotta that's a long flight. You know, and now they got the 30-day thing, right? You're gonna have to get some visas. You're gonna have to apply for some visas to stay longer than 30 days right now. Or is it pushed to 60 days? I'll find that out for you guys. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me search right now. Thailand 30-day visa. Why we talking about it? I don't want to leave you on a cliffhanger with that. Thailand 30-day visa. Google is your friend, right? All right. U.S. citizens can enter Thailand for tourism purposes for up to 30 days. So 30 days without a visa. All right. If you plan to stay longer than 30 days, you'll need to obtain a visa before arrival or extend your stay while in Thailand. So there you have it. So 30 days. Then you had to do the extension. Hit the like button, says the mega moderator, Tim Howard. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to people in the chat, in the panel. Da, 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 da. Hit the like button. Get the lights up, guys. Raze, my fault. On mic, I got $22. I try with my headphones tonight. This only channel I be. Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. You might be just yeah, it'd be muffled like crazy. Thailand, upon arrival, typically by air, U.S. passport holders are automatically granted 60 days for tourism. Yeah, but I just read, but I did like months ago, I heard they was gonna change that. So I was trying to see if they changed that. Hiker man, I just read through Google. They give you 30 days right now. So right now it's 30 days. This is what I'm reading on Google. Let me see. All right, let me see. All right, let's see. As of March 2025, this is another thing. This is Thai embassy. As of March 2025, travelers from 95 countries can enter and remain in Thailand for up to 60 days visa free. So January, February, March. So this is from the thaiembassy.com. So they're saying hold on. Visa free period in Thailand to be changed again, reduced to 30 days. So, all right. So thaiembassy.com. So they had two different ones. So I'm going with 30 days right now. So I'm going with 30 days at 30 days right now because but you guys can do some extensive research if you're going to fly out there to Thailand. Do some extensive research on how long you can stay if you're trying to stay more than 30 days. Because you might have to pay a fee for an extension to try to get an extension. No razor, it hasn't changed. It's 60 days, and you can extend for another 30 days after that. Okay, well, all right. So let me see. I got two different articles from Thai Embassy. They said it's going to change to 30 days. And I did hear that story. So Travel Scott saying it's 60 days, then a 30-day extension. Well, you know what? You guys make sure you guys confirm if you guys are staying long term. If you guys are staying long, confirm, because Google, like I said, I put it in Google. In Google, how the AI pops up and it's talk about 30 days, up to 30 days. But let me see for US. Thailand visa, Thailand tourist for US. Let me be more specific. All right, so now I'll put more specific in the search. U.S. citizens can visit Thailand for tourism up to 60 days without a visa. So for U.S. citizens, okay. So now that I put for U.S. citizens, so you guys are right. I was more specific in the Google search now, and they said 60 days. U.S. citizens can visit Thailand because, some countries, they don't allow, if you're a U.S. citizen, 60 days. All right, so U.S. citizens can visit Thailand for tourism up to 60 days. So y'all have up to 60 days. Okay. All right. If a longer stay is needed, a tourist visa can be obtained, potentially allowing for a 90-day stay. Okay, so 60 days. All right. So I was more specific in the search. You just left 2 weeks ago, says Jehovah. Yeah, U.S. citizen. Yeah, U.S. citizen. Yeah, it gotta be specific when you're searching that because you get confused. You know what I'm saying? You forget, man. Oh yeah, not every country is the same rules, same entry rules. You know, so when y'all searching these visas and stuff, you gotta say for U.S. citizens. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cerise. Shout out to Cerise Fairfax. You're doing a great job out there. You know. Flights to Cambodia are cheap. Out of the states. Good thing they stopped that war at the border, right? With Thailand. Oh, you mean flights to Cambodia out of Thailand are cheap to Cambodia? Not out of U.S. Not out of New York, probably. It'll be over soon, the war. Oh no, not Thailand to Cambodia. Okay, all right. So it'll be over soon. All right, yeah, that war. Even I got pickpocketed in Rio near the beach. Oh, I forgot about that story, big boss. Forgot about that story. You got pickpocketed. Shout out to my guy Fit Travel too. My guy Fit Travel. He came on and told his story like 2 years ago. Man, time fly. You know, about how the girls got him. They pickpocketed him over there too. Fit Travel. He was with my guy Strill Life out there on the beach. 2 girls, they got him. Yeah, shout out to those guys, man. Travel Avengers. If the Sioux is so beneath gains, why the F you on a panel discussing the Sioux? Says the greatest. Oh man, he was in Puerto Plata, man. He's in Puerto Plata. He was in Puerto Plata. He's in the Malecone, Puerto Plata. That's what the trip was about. Gains. Yeah. Oh, I saw someone get robbed by 2 chicas in Rio in front of my face, and I was approached by some few dudes in Copacabana, but they didn't faze me, so I know it happens. Oh wow. Oh, okay, so you would have put that in your, if you was doing YouTube, you would have put that in your review. Yeah, so you would have put that in your review then. You go to Thailand like 4 times a year, hiker pod. Okay, so you really love it out there in Thailand. Obviously, you feel comfortable in Thailand, you know, and that's great, you know. Never carry more than $100 on you at a time when you walking around Brazil. Yeah, and I guess if you do it, put it in your sock. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere, you know, any place. Put it in your sock. Gotta know how I move, says Jack Black. Yeah, you always gotta move like you're in the hood in the US. Yeah, because you just never know, man. Just better to be safe than sorry, Tim. Indians are like brothers and prefer thick chicks. Thai chicks who want you will shout you out. Chocolate man, hey chocolate man. Chocolate man, green pockets. Chocolate man, green pockets. Let me see. Some guys say that chocolate man is kind of exotic out there though in Thailand because they don't, you know. No, we're not gonna do that, Thai Philly. We're not gonna do that, Thai Philly. That'd be a no for me, dog. Hey, but if you're into that type of stuff, Thai Philly, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. But I ain't trying that. Thai pros can pull extortion and play ball scams too in Pattaya, Thailand. Oh man. Oh man. You know, the guys just gotta be aware of that. Don't get caught up. You know what I mean? Yup, Ninja Vanish mode activated. Don't leave your brains back at the airport when you land, says Just Rosh. Travel Squad says the level of aggression of vendors in Copa Beach rivals Cartagena. It's worse. I got a video, 15 minutes of unwanted solicitations coming soon. Okay, well, Travel Squad. You know, we gotta go to Travel Squad channel. That's annoying though. You know, those vendors on the beaches, man. That gets annoying, man. That gets crazy annoying. Let me see. Let me find your channel. I'm gonna put your channel, Travel Squad, so we can check that video out when you release it. They're gonna mess up Thailand like they well, like I said, man, you know, social media is out there. You know what I mean? Thailand is so big. I mean, it's already a red light anyway. You know, and it's like it seems like the government, that regime, they don't care. It's not like it's a new regime going inside Pattaya or Thailand wanting to change things up. You know what I'm saying? You know, there is a king out there, right? Ultimately. So, you know, like I said, DR just, you know, Sosua just going through because they this new president and they just have the investment going, you know, going on out there. All these countries have these. Barely no country are safe from death. Yeah, that's why I just put. I was, you know, I just when you go into all these countries, put your money in your sock. You know what I'm saying? You no matter, you know, because you could go to the safest place and still get pickpocketed. That'll piss me off. Hit the like button, guys. Get the likes up. You can go anywhere. You go to the safest place, and you be the unlucky one to get pickpocketed in one of the safest places ever on the planet. You wouldn't have got pickpocketed if you had your money in your sock. They would have felt around your pockets, felt that there was nothing in your pockets. They're like, this broke ninja. But not knowing you got your money in your sock. Yeah, some of the travel squad right there. You got that video coming out about the vendors on the beach out there inside Rio, Brazil. Yeah. Exactly, Raze. That is their default setting. Says Borsellini, Big Boss. So check out Big Boss live streams later on tonight, 11 o'clock. Check out Travel Squad channel right there. That's his channel right there. Sub the Travel Squad. The Indians are enjoying their vacation like everyone else, says Bruce. Are they creepy? Yes, a little, but creepy is not against the law unless they break the law. He said they creepy. Oh, man. Man. Passport Show says you have to be a real dirtbag to get robbed or harmed in Thailand. They won't trouble you unless you do something wrong to them first. Set up. What up, Passport Show? Well, I guess you get finessed by them girls. You get finessed by them girls. They claim they love you a long time. They finesse you. But it's different types of robberies we talking about. you know. Yeah. I just not talking about this type of robbery we've seen it. Hit the like button, guys, and I'm about to break out of here. I'm gonna play the video one more time. This is out there in Brazil with that Cinderella drug that's like scopolamine in Medellin, but this is Brazil, Lapa, and the guy was robbed of $20,000 by 3 chicks, him and his friend, this British tourist on a beach of Lapa, Brazil, out there inside Rio de Janeiro.
Opa, tá nem conseguindo levantar. Fugindo de táxi, ó. Olha lá. Tampou a cara.
Yeah, guys. So that was out there inside Brazil. Hit that like button. You said you saw me in that video with the girl and caught her hand out on the beach, right? Yeah, she kept trying to rub she tried to give me a rub. Talk about free sample. I had to push her hand off of me. You know what I'm saying? Out there and caught her hand on the beach. So you seen that? Yeah, you saw that. No, but trying to do massage. Yeah, no, she wasn't a mango. She was just one of the girls on the woman on Cartagena Beach, Boca Grande, and they like to just offer you the massages. You know what I'm saying? And then they try to be pushy. They be like, hey, I'm gonna give you a sample. But if you do a sample, they want money. You know what I'm saying? They want money. So so I pushing the hand away from me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you remember that. Mm-hmm. I think the biggest danger for people in Pattaya is not knowing how to identify ladyboys. Uh-huh. Yeah, hit the like button though, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Like I said, man, you guys, just have fun traveling. Uh, you know, look at these stories, know how to move. You know what I'm saying? Learn from these guys' mistakes. Look at, hey, what up, what up? Bandana Travels. Yeah, they got it for 20K. But that's what the article said, Bandana. That's what the article said. The article said 20K. Let me see. Shout out to Bandana Travels channel. Of course, we did that interview talking about Cartagena. The Brazilian 110,000 Brazilian pesos or whatever they call that out there. So and that currency is 20,000 US dollars somehow. So somehow they got that, or I guess off of their phones or whatever, or bitcoins. I don't know how they managed to get that. You know what I mean? But shout out to Bandana Block pulling up. Yeah, let me break out of here. I'm just delaying breaking out of here. Get the lights up. Get the lights up. All right, guys. Salute to you guys. Thanks for all your donations. Like I said, thanks Big Gains, Travel Squads, for popping in. LA Wilkes for popping in. And I'll probably be back live a little bit later on tonight. And we get it in. I'm Raze, and I am out.